Hello and welcome back to the Campaign Coins Twitch and or YouTube channel where we're playing Shadow of the Demon Lord. And what a game it is. It's the fantastic horror/dark fantasy game by Rob J. Schwalb and published by Schwalb Entertainment. And what a good time we have playing it. Here we are Campaign Coins, and we do make real metal coins and tokens and props that we use to enhance our role-playing experience, including such tokens and props that we make for Shadow of the Demon Lord. And what a good time we have making them. And we will be listening to, through the course of the evening, some soundscapes and music tracks provided by Sirenscape, as well as additional music from Songs of Shadow by Sonor Village and published by Schwalb Entertainment. That's the official Shadow of the Demon Lord soundtrack, which we also have fun listening to. If you've just joined us for the first time, this is Shadow of the Demon Lord. We level up every session, which means, each adventure is somewhat self-contained, so you don't need to worry too much if you're joining us for the first time. But if you like what you see, perhaps you'll jump over to youtube.com/campaigncoins, where you can see previous adventures of our two Changeling murder twins and their feckless goblin servant. So with that introduction out of the way, I think I better throw it over to our good GM Mark.
Hello and welcome. I have managed to compress my prep down to, I better name those NPCs, and I just did. So that is how easy this game is to run, or how lazy I am. You be the judge. Hello everyone, how are you?
Good. Yeah.
Hoorah! 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 So, Nitgit, it is the squealing and the crying. Even as the ichor drips down from above and all those pairs of dead eyes stare at you. And you think, is the last thing I hear in life going to be a baby crying in the rear left speaker? Let's find out. Anyway, that comes later. As usual, things go badly when one morning your two changeling twins are a bit squirrely, having done something in the night. They never they have yet to tell you about it. So let us, for people who are joining for the first time at that frosty breakfast, describe who is around the campfire.
Well, you've got Cricket, who is a changeling, currently taking the form of a kind of average height, average build, average face, human, definitely human woman in her possibly late teens, maybe early 20s, maybe she's 40. You don't know. You can't really remember because honestly, she's got a very forgettable face, and once she walks away, she's just, there's nothing there. She's smiling really brightly though, and she's not really aware that there's anything up.
All right, and across the campfire from her sibling/twin/ it's complicated. Who's that?
G'day, I'm Art. I am playing Damon, who is also a changeling, but also definitely not a changeling, definitely just a normal human male, also in his early to mid ?20s. Damon, while originally starting off relatively forgettable and kind of average looking, has developed a let's go taste for the macabre. Has gotten a little more gaunt, seems a bit more washed out, doesn't really like hanging out in the sun very much, is very sort of like, emo goth at this point. Just like, don't talk to me. Yeah, so and is probably staring at the campfire, occasionally poking it with a stick in that same way that people do when they're like, do something. Just do something. I'm bored. Do something. Yeah. That's Damon.
And who's serving breakfast?
Pancakes and coffee is piping hot and fresh by Nitgit, the aged goblin wizard who is, of course, a venerable age, unlike his companions. He's at the age of 59. He is bustling around, his wrinkled ears flapping about as he, underneath his bright blue sailor's baby blue bonnet, as he does his best to while away, scrape out all of these pancakes that get him inches closer to repaying his life debt to these good changelings.
Speaking of life debt, I do just for context for those playing along at home. How old is Nitgit again?
59, which is a venerable age.
How old do goblins normally live?
That's a great question, and one I will consult. I did, of course. Nitgit came almost entirely from the random character generation rolls in Shadow of the Demon Lord, which are excellent.
Because you do say life debt, and
maybe worth a little bit less than another goblin's life debt, but too bad. It's the one you're stuck with.
Yeah. So I think we've asked this question before, and the answer is like 60.
As we saw from the flash forward, that life debt could be called in fairly soon. Now you guys have folks have leveled up. And I slap myself for using the generic term, guys. That's a habit to get out of. You excellent people have leveled up to 5th level. You're still in expert. What was the path buff this time? Because in Demon Lord, you end up with 3 different paths. So the exponential combination of character classes is like nothing else. But they're not classes, they're paths. So last level was for your ancestry. So if that was for your Changeling and Goblin levels, what did you pick up this time?
So we've come back to our novice path and gotten a buff from there. So Nitgit started out as a magician before he became a wizard. So he's gotten a little bit more powerful. His spells got a buff because his power went up, a little bit of a health buff. And I can now counter spell. I can now have a go at turning magic against anyone who dares to cast it against me. Keep that in mind.
I think not. All right. What about you?
If that's
Changelings.
I'll just nick it. The changelings are both rogues.
Thusly, rogue buff.
Thusly, we got our rogue buffs, which give us a tad more health. A nice ability to use our trickery bonus or boon twice a round.
Twice!
And
Twice!
when we do a stab, it hurts a lot more.
Yes.
What? I'm going to need bigger monsters.
No.
All right. I love it. And how long did it take you to level up?
I literally did it while we were getting ready for the session because I forgot.
Did it like when we finished our last session and then looked at my character sheet a month later and went, it says level 5. If I leveled up, I have put everything in my character.
Thanks,
Jesus,
Pastor.
me.
Yeah, I did it in the 15 minutes between logging on and going live.
So you do
long.
not need an electronic version to play this game. It is fairly straightforward and quite exciting. Now, when last seen, well, first of all, I want to give you all, of course, for that excellent description of the characters, a gimme. You're all getting fortune. So, and that will not come into focus, but trust me, it says fortune.
That's right. We've got some nice digital fortune tokens right over
that's
here.
That's right. I'm trying to sell metal here, Jackson. Don't undercut me. But yes,
Too
fortune.
bad.
Fantastic design by Lee Smith,
nice.
local artist. And check out his new web store, Dirty Rascal Games. He will send board games to your house. So Lee Smith's a great artist, also based on the Schwalb Entertainment logo. That's the product placement. Anyway, you all have fortune, which, as you will recall, means one of 3 things. If a D20 does not roll the way you want, you just say, I succeeded, I hit, sucks to be you. Or you can give a comrade 2 boons, or you can turn any D6 roll into a 6 to hit harder or make that death save. All right. Just a note to self there, Nitgit. Note to self, death saves. There's the thing.
Good to know.
You were last seen in the Barrows, up in the northern reach, way up yonder, and on the run for various crimes. But you passed back through Sixton, which is a lively town with a good market, and you're loaded. You robbed so many dead people. It's embarrassing. They were well robbed. And you can find the previous episode on YouTube. It's called The Beautiful Tomb.
Didn't pop their eyeball
did pop
coins
his
out.
eyeball.
You
Yeah,
did. You
yes,
popped
you
their
did.
eyeball. Look at all this money. Look at all
Hey.
this.
Yeah.
Let's throw it on the map and see what noise it makes. Shebang.
Oh, a pretty
Oh,
noise.
goodness.
I recently counted it. That is 4 gold, 19 silver, and 4 copper. Just ignore the
Fantastic.
numbers. I'm using them as straight up coins, not denominated coins for this game.
What a
'cause
variety
you
of
can't
coins
be-
there are.
Yeah, indeed. I love your work, Jackson. Jackson,
If
Jackson the mail.
if I had some really great adventures, I would say that treasure would be worthy of them, which I would get from
That
Campaign
is-
Coins. So come treasure worthy of Ghost Adventures, TM.
That's right, TM. It really is TM. That's true. So, one thing we have not been doing in this campaign is living expenses. Just to abstract, we don't bother buying beers and cheese and bread and all the
For
good stuff. We just say, in the fiction. So, living expenses. How do you want to set yourselves up? Are you going to be getting by? Are you? I'm trying to find a page now where it's all listed out what the living expenses are.
We have destitute, in which we spend nothing.
Yeah.
Bad things happen if we're destitute. We have
They do.
poor. Which
Actually,
is
bad
not
things
much-
happen anyway.
Not much better than destitute. Getting by is your baseline. You can be comfortable, you can be wealthy, or you can be rich.
All right. So getting by is 1 silver, comfortable is 2 silver, poor is 2 copper, and wealthy, which you are. Check this shit out. You can
Yeah.
live like tiny kings and tiny
then we
queens
then
and
we
tiny unspecified monarchs. What do you want? What?
Then we can't buy expensive weapons.
Yes, right, of course. But you'd look flash.
And like, why would we settle down in a place when all we want to do is set everything on fire, stab people, and leave?
Yeah, look,
You-
historically
that's
speaking.
that's a convincing argument. So, what
Is
are
that a
you going
lifestyle in the book?
Could be.
Can you write that in?
Being an asshole.
How much does that cost?
I think they pay us
Being an
for
asshole
that.
is free.
Excellent.
Yeah, just get onto twitter.com.
Yeah, just spend a bit of time on the internet. Being an asshole is totally free.
All right. So, are you getting by or comfortable?
I think, like, personally, my vote is getting by.
I think we're getting by. Yeah.
I think getting
I don't
by
know
makes
how
sense.
Nitgit would, yeah.
Well, I think getting by makes sense, but I think Cricket and Damon are probably living comfortably thanks to their live-in servant and their traveling servant, who can, whip pancakes out of nothing.
Well, I mean, the specific way that they sort of talk about, like, and I literally just had it up, and there we go, living expenses.
That's all right.
Getting by is like, you have enough to make ends meet, you have a rented room or a small hovel. I think we've just got a wilderness camp that is secure
Yeah.
enough that,
There
like,
it is. All right. I am
Got a
taking.
some real good camp gear.
I have taken 3 silver. I can never work out what my hand is out of your stash, and that's your payment for this level. You still got
Nice.
quite a bit of cash here.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to go shopping? Let's have a shopping episode without all the role playing shit because I want to get onto the bad stuff.
Fantastic.
Anything we need to buy.
Were you looking at some magical armor for me just before when I was busy doing my other nonsense? Because what page would I
given-
find that on? Is I'm wondering.
Good question.
Like
so you
from
would
99
find-
onward.
From 100 onward is where I think armor starts.
Yeah, armor is like 100 onwards.
But unfortunately, I don't believe magical armor is a purchase we can make. I think that one's on you, buddy.
Yeah, I think
That's
you can buy the
fair.
armor and then you gotta do the magic.
That's only
But no, I
fair.
think where I'm gonna attempt to make that sentence come out cleanly. Where did you say we were headed right before we began? The big metropolis.
It's not a big metropolis. You've travelled
Small
south you've travelled south to Sixton, which is the southernmost town of the northern reaches. But there's enough. A lot of people travel through Sixton either because they are fleeing the terrible crisis in the empire, given that the usurper Orc Drudge has strangled the emperor on the alabaster throne, and I will never get tired of saying that. And so there's a lot of people fleeing, but also Crusaders come through here on their way to the Crusader fortresses up in the north to keep an eye on the desolation in case the dusty dead decide to come south. So there's enough trade here and desperate people to kind of lay your hands on anything you want if the price is right. And the prices are on pages 101 onwards. So what do you need?
I feel like I could go for some armor, some leather armor underneath my robes. I'm just checking to make sure I don't already have such things, but I don't think I do. Just got basic clothing. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so
I think I better get some.
soft leather is 2 silvers.
Yes, indeed. Will you take that off my account?
I think that's soft leather all around.
Soft leather, yes.
Yeah, I believe
2 silvers.
We are all
I think everybody's taking one of those.
All right, everybody's defense goes up by 1.
Hey!
I will rue that day. All right, dead set. Any other weapons?
Well, I know Cricket has
I
a
wouldn't mind a
heart set.
rapier. I wouldn't mind a
A
rapier.
rapier?
I mean, obviously, I'd like, a rifle and a bunch of bullets, but I have been informed that that's quite expensive. So I will set my sights on a rifle eventually. I do absolutely want to, snipe people with a gun from the trees. But for now, I'll settle with a rapier and just do a lot of stabbing.
Just to let you know, it's a musket, so somewhat unreliable. Muskets don't have a scope.
Worth it.
Hopefully they don't blow up. But yes, you can certainly
if
climb a tree with a musket. What could go wrong?
But I feel like I do want a rapier.
That'll be 10 gold, madam, for a musket. So
Yeah,
rapiers,
exactly.
rapiers
I don't
is
want a musket,
one gold.
Yeah.
And you buy that from a
Now, I believe I already... Yeah.
I know who you buy that from. You buy that from a noblewoman who is desperate for money, and it's a bit of a kind of a costume rapier for her.
Mm-hmm.
Happily, though, it's unbelievably finely made. It is actually good for stabbing. But she is like, we've lost everything. All of our investments, all of our portfolios. It's all gone. So the bank closed.
Oh. That's a really pretty sword. Super sharp. Here's your gold.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, bye. She walks away, just looking at the sword, cooing over the sword like it's a baby.
So that is a gold gone. Now, when you hand her the gold, she says, "Oh, what is this?"
Gold.
It just has a particular design on it. I've not seen it before.
It's gold.
Okay, well, it is, in fact, an incredibly elaborate coin that you took from a tomb.
Yes.
So it is a coin from ages past. In fact, it's a bit crude, if anything. It's kind of stamped out.
Yeah.
But it's very unlike the gold that's in circulation.
She's like,
This is excellent. This is excellent. This is worth actual gold.
Yeah.
Because they're recalling all the gold to stamp it with the head of Drudge. I have things I'd like to do with the head of Drudge. Or did I say that aloud?
Good for you.
So yeah, your money is prized.
I'm going to go back and tell everybody else, hey, our money's apparently super prized here, but look at this fucking sword. Look how shiny it is, look how elaborate it is. It's so pretty.
Prized money, you say?
Prized, yeah. And apparently something's going on with the banks. They're all shutting down and they're recalling all the gold. So... Oh, do you guys want? What do you guys want? You want something to stab people better with, right?
I got you some letters, Cricket.
Oh, that's probably for the best.
Yeah, I don't. You're very good at hiding and all that, but on the off chance you get up in
stabbed
the
again,
that one you don't do the stabbing. Don't be stabbed.
Do you want one of my huge daggers?
The stabby rather than the stabber.
Yeah, I've got two huge daggers. Do you want one of them?
Yeah, I'll take another one of your big knife, yeah?
Huge daggers, yeah, massive daggers.
Yeah,
That is actually the fish knife.
Yeah.
I will take the fish knife as a backup.
Yeah.
Sure. Cricket.
Yeah.
I know you said you wanted to get, one of those explosion stick things.
Yeah, eventually. I want to work up to that.
Did you want to... Did you want to get your eye in with something a bit less combustive? You know, like a crossbow or something like that.
Oh,
Because we can afford to get you a crossbow if you want to pew from a distance. Get you,
no,
like,
I'm happy to. I like stabbing. I do like stabbing.
Oh.
I do like the. I think the appeal of the musket is the explosion. I think the inherent appeal is not so much the distance; it's the explosion.
All right. Have you shopped?
What are you guys
But
getting?
there's so many things we can buy. Like animals. Do we need any animals?
No,
We get a dog
Absolutely
for 5
not.
coppers.
Nope.
it'll go so badly. Do you remember when I asked for a pony?
No.
You
No
remember
pets.
that, right? Like literally 2 nights ago.
Like maybe a weasel. No, no pets.
No pets, no pets. Do you remember what happened when I asked for a pony?
Yeah,
I
but
try not to.
That was awful. I dream of the hoofbeats on the road. It's not nice.
That's not a dream.
I
It's
would
a
imagine
dream.
a pony from a reputable pony dealer would be significantly more reliable than those found wandering the barrows. Only 2
You
silvers.
do you, but I'm not going anywhere near any animals.
All right.
Yeah, your pony is a jealous pony. So yeah.
Tell you what, might be worth getting a handle on should anyone be selling such items.
Oh, you have gone
Oh, no.
silent.
Have I? I shouldn't
Oh,
have.
no, we got your back.
I think you were just talking quietly enough that your
Right,
microphone
let's
not
try
facing
again
anymore.
at volume. Do we want to get some potions?
I was just looking at those, and I
Oh.
can see invisibility potion is on the list.
Oh.
Hey, I can see bloody healing
I mean,
potions
gosh.
for 2 silver shillings a piece. Like fucking healing potions on
Yeah, but we haven't died
Because
yet.
looking at her sword, she's like, "Oh, yeah. Whatever you think is best. Are those rubies? I think those are rubies. They might be garnets. I'm not. Oh, and actually, no. She was a fence, so she's gonna be like looking at them really close. She's like, no, them's rubies.
ruby.
Rubies.
I mean, we can get you a ruby if we've got.
No, I've got rubies. They're on the sword.
Oh,
Yeah,
heck.
try it. Yes, absolutely.
That's
All right. Are we buying potions?
A
I'm
healing
all for
potion.
buying. If you want to get an invisibility potion, knock yourself out.
Have we got spare gold? I can see we've got 3 gold.
We've got
in fact.
3. Sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We've got
Grab an
we're good.
invisibility potion.
They
I
are
wouldn't
exotic, however. Does that mean they're kind of hard to come
think
by? But with the number of
exotic
nobles
is-
fleeing the capital, surely.
Yeah, exotic is probably pushing it for Sixton. When I said you could buy anything, wasn't thinking you'd find potions, you bastards. That's the last time I say open the PDF and buy shit.
I mean, if you don't want us to have potions, you can just say we don't get. That's fine. That's cool.
But healing potions are
Healing
uncommon.
potions are fine. No
All
worries.
right. Well, do we want to get 1 each? Because that's
Let's
another
do
6
that.
silver shillings, and then
Okay.
that's one for each of us to shove down the throat of someone else. If I assume potions work the same way as
Okay.
game as they do it.
Yeah.
I'll get
Yeah,
20
wave
fantasy
shillings
games.
there.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you, Jackson.
All right, 6 shillings gone.
6 shillings.
Cha-ching.
And now I should probably look up how the fuck healing potions work.
It's your healing rate, which is not very much. It's about 2 or 3 points. But if you are unconscious and bleeding, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well now. Here.
Well, now.
Here's the thing. You can
Wow.
use an action to drink or administer a potion. Or we can buy a syringe for 1 silver, which means it becomes a triggered action to use a potion.
Oh shit.
You want us to buy 3 needles and wander around like fantasy junkies? I'm into it.
I'm here for it.
Hell yeah! Let's
I think
just
that suits
fucking
the party.
3 syringes.
Another
which
3
That is
silvers for
hilarious.
syringes?
That suits the party dynamic, I think.
Fantastic.
We're gonna like, what is it? Pulp Fiction.
Like EpiPen? Yeah, the adrenaline and Pulp
Yes,
Fiction.
it's the of the EpiPen. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's the adrenaline and Pulp
Schwalb, we
Fiction.
love you. We love you, you
This
demented,
is
wonderful
insane.
man.
I love it.
Fantastic. Using healing potions are a triggered action because we bought them in syringes. Outstanding.
All right. So you passed. You did not spend long in Sixton because you get nervous around society camped outside of that town. And once again, sorry?
Do we get nervous around society, or do they get nervous around us?
You'd get nervous around society. You don't like society. I remember us clarifying
That's a good point. Does anybody have any corruption? Yeah.
Hello.
There you go. There's your answer.
Yep. People start to get uncomfortable around me.
Yeah.
But you don't have a mark of darkness, do you?
No, I don't. I don't know if you get one
Yet.
Yeah.
Okay, every time you get a corruption point, you roll a d20 on your current corruption,
yeah.
and if it is under that, then you get a mark of darkness. But that won't happen because you're a nice person. So, you're actually going slightly against the tide by thinking about going south. But that decision is actually made for you the next night, as perhaps indeed you spend the night in Sixton, and there is a kind of a strange glow from outside. Actually, no, we set it up in the flashback. Flash forward, I'm confused. You are camping. That once again, the trees have that shimmer that the Fae are nearby. And in between the trees, you changelings see walking a figure. What are we going to wear today? I think a really well-tailed suit with a fantastic feather boa. And the feather boa has its own kind of wind. It's about 10, 11 feet long and just kind of trails along this elegant figure.
God, they're fabulous.
Walking along with this tremendous hat, which seems to be there's cobwebs inside the hat. Tiny jeweled spiders. It's Mum, Dad.
It's Mum, Dad.
It's originator.
All right, or Thornwillow, as they are known.
I'm dead.
Creepy bastard.
So, once again we meet as we do for I Know Where You Are and the heart.
Correct.
The seed.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, that thing.
Right. Yeah. Right. That one.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so you hand over the polished seed, which was the heart of a dryad, now deceased. Perfection. The most fabulous flower shall grow from this, and that shall delight our queen. Now, our Oberon needs the most spectacular clothing, not these rags. Something truly beautiful. Mab! And down from the trees scuttles Mab. And Mab has about 8 legs and about 8 eyes. And Mab has kind of pincers, and Mab is knitting.
Mab is a spider.
Well, Mab is iridescent. Mab has fey features and a torso. Mab
Spider
is
adjacent. Mab is spider adjacent.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's spider adjacent. That's good.
Some kind of arachnid hereditary.
Mab. You've lost something. Mab has lost her needle.
Oh no.
And where, Mab? That's right, in a haystack. So, bring the needle to Mab, and she will be able to create a suit for Oberon as he wore when he was alive, and bring a smile to the face of our summer queen, so that winter and death do not descend upon everything you've ever known. I would say everything you've ever loved, but of course, Damon, you're not capable of love because I did not instill that emotion within you. But Cricket, your bright heart is capable of that emotion.
Huh?
So,
I think your outfit looks really nice, by the way. I wouldn't denigrate it if I were you. I think it looks really good.
this is one of Mab's knockoffs. You should see Mab in full flight with the needle. But be careful of the wish thread.
Of
Do
the
not
what?
the wish thread. In fact, I've been meaning to ask you the seeker seed that I gave you. It came back composty, rotten. Did you make a wish upon it? By any chance?
I
don't
did say that I kind of want a pony.
Oh,
Well, that
that's
is
right.
very inadvisable. If you
Oh, yeah.
if you wanted a pony, Cricketer, you could have had my unicorn.
Oh,
But
what?
if you've wished for a pony, then be careful around these things. They are traps for mortals, not for my beloved children.
No. The bit about the unicorn. What was that?
Well, no matter, I would have
No,
given
no,
it
no,
you if
no.
you'd
I want
asked.
to hear about the unicorn, please.
What
Would
would you
you-
want? You want a unicorn?
Would you be willing to give Cricket a unicorn now, or was that pre?
Would the unicorn try to eat me? Or people
Well,
alike? Like, would the unicorn try and eat Damon? Because the pony did.
you have a pony, a wish pony, and they are quite jealous. So
Yeah, I
you
got
deal with your wish pony
Okay.
and continue to help me, and then you shall have your unicorn.
Oh my god, that is so fucking cool.
All right. And just for the people at home, that's a Shadow of the Demon Lord unicorn.
That may or may not kill us.
That might be worse. I don't care.
I'm fine with it.
So here is another seeker seed. Here is
What are we calling
my
this one?
blessings upon you, and find the needle in the haystack, and no more wishes on the wish thread.
Oh no, definitely not doing that. Didn't quite realise that's what it was doing actually.
Is there a time period after which this crumples to dust that we should absolutely none of us utter either out loud or in our head, I wish for?
That
Yeah, I
is the syntax is all important with the bargains with the Fae.
Right.
I
got it.
wish I had is fairly definite, as opposed to what shall we have for lunch?
Okay, so while we've got one of them on our, I suppose, colloquially persons, no specific syntax around the wishing.
No. It's on the point of arrival when the dandelion pops.
Okay.
Right, no.
Even a base goblin knows this. Even the stupidest, most foul and verminous and debased.
All right. No, we
worm-like
get it.
creature.
We get it. Yeah. No. All right. I think
Yeah,
that's.
but
I think you made
we
your
are
point.
we are very like clean slate, right? Like we don't have a lot of anything going on. So the Fae stuff is all kind of new to us.
We've
So,
been alive for
we
like
take
all-
it under advisement, but we're not exactly up on the whole, I mean, we
I
didn't even-
am so sorry. This is to be a changeling is never to have known your true parent. And of course the reverse applies.
yeah.
So quid pro quo. I would have brought you up better if I brought you up. Anyway, off you go.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, I guess. What are we calling that one? Is it
Timothy
kind of-
Vincent Nitgit Jr. the third.
All right.
All right. Mab waves to you, and
Hi,
Mab
Mab.
looks very, very concerned.
I wave to Mab with
makes
my two hands.
4 sets of prayer hands,
I just
praying
gonna make
for the
one,
needleback.
because that's all I can do.
Yeah. All right. So that's the situation next morning, Nitgit, with the squirrely changelings have had another late night, and they've got another one of those weird plant things.
Does your mum dad know that you're traveling with a goblin out of curiosity?
Oh, probably knows and doesn't give a single shit.
Well, they never asked, so. Oh, they did. Oh,
They always know
actually,
where to find us.
I think they might suspect. They were pretty effusive about goblins last night. So I reckon they might know, but I don't think. I mean,
Thorn Willow is literally otherworldly.
yeah, they were kind of a dick last night, if I'm being honest.
Cricket, don't speak about Budget Originator like that. He'll hear you. They'll hear you.
Maybe they will, but that's all part of being a parent, isn't it?
What?
They grow up so fast.
The rebellious phase, and I'm going to say it. Mum, Dad was a bit of a dick last night.
I mean, I can't say I noticed, given.
So are you
about Dirty Goblin? It's just terrible.
Are you telling Nitgit quite plainly about
No.
No.
No, this is just like a conversation that is probably
Next
completely
morning,
incomprehensible.
pancakes, coffee,
Hooray.
and Nitgit Jr., the second thirst, whatever it was, the little seed in your hand, little frond is definitely waving to the south.
Right. Timothy Vincent Nitgit Jr. the third.
Thank you.
Aha! New job then. Fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that is pointing south, though, isn't it? Isn't everything
South?
we've heard been that the south is, well, a bit fucked, if I'm being honest.
Yes. Ever since
Cricket.
the orc usurper Drudge strangled the emperor on the alabaster throne,
There's the throne, yes.
things are not
mean,
as good as they used to be.
I've got to admit, props to the lad for doing it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that took some kahunas.
Anyway, yeah, going south, probably a thing we ought to do, given that this whole thing.
Yeah, but could we stop off at, I suppose we're heading towards a place, but if we get the opportunity, I wouldn't mind getting myself a bit of protection and maybe something a wee bit sharper and shinier with which to do the stabbing.
Alrighty, so that's nicely placed. So that's in our timeline, puts that before and then after and then back to here. And now we're forwards again. The protection and the shiny and the stabbing has been taken care of. And
I
you
don't mind this new stuff.
You are crossing from the Northern Reach through the Shield Mountains, through the mountain pass, because Timothy Vincent Nitgit Jr. the third, the directional plant, seems to have some kind of. It's really good. This is it works a bit like Google Maps, and it gives you a route as opposed to as the crow flies, which would.
Sorry. The plant gives us a route. Did you say?
Oh dear. Thank you very much. We're Australian.
Proud of you.
So, bravo. They'll be here all stream. Heading down through the mountain pass, through the Shield Mountains and into Old Edene. Old Edene is a really sleepy kind of backwater nation, quite behind the times, still feudal, and pretty good place to hide out if you've done a bunch of murders. Also a pretty good place to do a bunch of murders. And lots of farmlands and lots of concern because all along the way you've seen great disruption and consternation, that people economic kind of foundations seem to be moving. And what is going on is the bank has been recalling all of the loans and all of their debts and taking all the gold out of circulation because the gold is to be reminted. And that has created a lot of hardship. And people are really struggling and suffering. And you see a lot of that on the road as you travel. And indeed, as you get further heading out, I never get tired of remembering what direction it is by looking at this compass. Heading east out across Old Edene. Of course, it's east. It's got two effing E's in the name. And Timothy Vincent Nitgit Jr. the third is definitely sprouting, and you've seen this before, that the little frond grows as you get closer to destination. And thus it is that you are travelling through a road through a forest, and ahead you can hear some shouting. Ah, yo, give it to us! And some definitely consternation. And that's the point where the dandelion sprouts and puffs.
Oh, let's make a wish.
Don't even say no.
No.
Are you tackling Nitgit? Is there hand to mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon I'll tackle him.
Both. All right, that's fantastic. You'll have to mime that, Jackson. Two-handed.
Just like hands over my back. Nitgit.
Nitgit, no. Don't. Do you remember the pony? Yeah, that sucked, right? And we'll probably continue to do so. Do not.
Great. I'm
All
gonna
right.
let you go now. Do not utter those words again. Are we all right?
No. Okay.
I
Great.
think it's just going to say nothing. That's safer.
Yeah.
When we are very far away from whatever this is, I will explain in more detail. I just don't trust saying any words right now.
And
Start with W and end with a thing, what we might desire.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Just excuse me while I arrange a scene change.
Dun, dun,
Da,
dun.
da, 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 da.
Excellent. So, anyone know any jokes?
I'm gonna check if I'm actually audible still, because I've
We
changed
gotcha.
my sound settings.
We
You
gotcha.
are. I heard the little beep.
Excellent content. A goblin walks into a bar.
Did he say ouch?
Hey,
Yeah, when they
I
go
was-
in
I
and
was-
back out again.
I was hoping someone would finish that for me, so
You're
thank you very
welcome.
much.
Hey, dad jokes is apparently what Damon's known for.
Well, we should discuss the voices we're hearing up ahead. I don't like the sound of that. There's some brigands. We should.
Are you yelling? Because if you are, we're
No,
gonna
it was,
tackle you again.
It was a panicked whisper. I don't like the sound of that. There's some brigands up ahead. I think we should probably lie low.
Nitgit,
What?
at what point have any of us ever been less threatening than a band of brigands?
I'm going to duck off the road regardless.
I mean, we're gonna
Because
do
it's
that
just,
anyway.
it's just better if I can get any of them unawares.
Yeah, we're gonna duck off the road. We're gonna see what's going on, and if we don't like it, we're gonna stab them.
All right, very good, very good. That's a good plan.
Especially if they're human.
Especially. Wait, what?
What if we go
What?
against humans?
I don't generally like them very much.
Huh. Harsh?
Fair.
Definitely there's a lot of raised voices and demands going on.
Oh, good. Love a good demand.
That doesn't sound like brigands. That sounds like people having a whinge.
Are you telling me I'm not allowed to stab them if they're not brigands?
Well, it depends entirely on how they react to our presence, you know? Like, if they try and stab us, absolutely get with the stabbing, but I mean, if they're not doing a harm, then maybe we don't kill them.
All right. Shall we get
That's
sneaking?
going to be a challenge.
Oh yeah, I definitely think we're gonna, approach this from the outskirts and try and stay
That's an
hidden.
awful lot of people yelling at. Actually, we'll do the sneaky thing to get.
Let's do the sneaky thing and just see if we can like get an idea of
Yeah.
what's happening.
Well, apparently this is. Oh, hang on a sec. Can you see a haystack?
Oh yeah,
Ah, fuck.
that's a haystack.
Oh yeah. By the way, Nitgit. Just think about phrases that involve haystacks and the ridiculousness thereof, and just have a guess what we're after.
Oh. A
I gotcha.
horse.
Yes, we're after an horse.
So, as I believe
way.
that Cricket is stealing into the forest to creep towards. As the other, are you all going to the forest or are you continuing on the road?
I think we're all sneaking around. We're all pretty sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We're all approaching
So,
this stealthily.
As you go about, around the corner there is farmland, and the difficulty there you find yourself in is that the forest is some distance from the farm, because the nature of farms is you clear the forest to make way for the crops. And you can see that there is a small farm there, and there is a farmer like doing like a distance, like no kind of gestures, and there is an angry mob in front of the farm, and the angry mob, they look a bit threadbare, they look a bit dusty and tired, they look a bit hungry, and they are moving forwards, and they are threatening. They have clubs. They have one of them's even is raising a torch, of course, as you do, and demanding food. Yeah. All right. So you are tragically, your wonderful kind of subterfuge is somewhat spoiled by the fact that the forest doesn't reach as far as you want to, but there are rows of crops behind, and so you could belly down and sneak in through the crops.
I like it.
And come in that way.
Are we that desperate to stay hidden? Oh, hello.
Yes. Hide amongst the cattails.
Hi.
Look,
Push is coming to shove there, by the way. It's about to go down.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we just listen in.
yeah, seems
Yeah.
reasonable.
Belly down through the crops.
And as we do that, I'm gonna whisper to Damon. I haven't been in a field like this since. Do you remember that village where the crops were spoiling? Way back.
Yeah, what was that thing again?
Oh,
Grantham.
The Bogart. The fucking it just
Right.
dragged itself through the fields.
That was
Terrible
actually
noises.
kind of funny.
Yeah, that was actually pretty funny.
We're rolling some
All right.
stealth.
You're rolling some stealth, which is an
Trickily.
agility check.
But I am
Trickily.
sneaky.
Trickily.
Sweetheart, I'm gonna have
You're
to put them on the
sneaky.
ground.
Sneaky
Goblins are
and
sneaky.
tricky.
Well, goblins are sneaky and rogues are tricky.
Everybody gets a burn. As always, in Shadow of the Demon Lord, you nearly need to roll a 10 or better. It's a flat D20. Your agility is 12, so you get to +2 to the dice. If you have a boon, you get to add 1d6. Maths is
And
very
we are
easy.
we are daring scoundrels. So if we do this in a daring scoundrel way, I believe we have 4 boons to use amongst ourselves.
That's for impressing people. So it's like, haha, we are scoundrels, as
Yes.
opposed to doing the scoundreling. Scounding? Scounding. Yep. That is how your daring scoundrels is a boon to social interactions.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, how'd you all go with the sneaking through the fields?
Right, I'm
Tay.
sneaky.
It's a pass.
It's past just.
Oh, just a pass. All right. So we bring your miniatures in behind then, sneaking up through. We have Damon in the red. We have Cricket in the yellow. Can't quite see there. And Nitgit in the blue. Is there any particular building you'd like to pop in behind? Any particular placement you would like?
Oh, we're looking for a horse. Let's go behind the stable.
You're not looking for a horse.
Oh,
Okay. And that is a good point. Even though there is hay here, there is no livestock.
I will take the cow that we just heard out of the Sirenscape mix then.
That's for the next farm over. That's all right.
All right then.
I mean, cow lowering travels always.
Yeah.
And the reason there is no livestock is you kind of get the idea that people are desperate and hungry. And if you've got a cow, folks would have turned up and taken it. And you all get the sense from his body language that this is not the first time this has happened. But you can see that there is some kind of potatoes and other kind of vegetables stored in this shed here. and some pumpkins and otherwise. And his body language is, and they are surging forwards.
Probably be, I guess, behind the building that they're all trying to get into. In case we've got to do a jump out and protect.
All right. Now you can definitely hear. We are starving. The Lord is no longer paying, and you have enough. I only have enough for myself and my wife and my baby. Comes. Oh, did I peek out? Was that heard?
Just a bit, but that's all right. It's part of the Mike Morrison charm.
Oh, sorry, I was wondering if I got compressed. Oh, my baby! From inside the house is yelled from in there. We need money too. We just can't. We're gonna take it. Get out of our way, or there'll be a stabbing. So they're just going to rob this family blind right now.
Is this the point where we interfere, or is this a stabbing we're in favour of? I can never tell.
Oh, I don't.
I'm begging you, just leave things where they are. The winter is coming.
We're looking for a needle. Maybe this guy has it.
There's only enough for the two of us. For the three of us. Oh.
Is that the wife yelling from inside?
Yeah. Well, sorry, there is a semi-hysterical female voice yelling from in the...
Is there
Can I peek through the window?
That's why we're twins.
Yeah, I would like to see... He seems...
All right.
He seems...
No, you can write an email to WizKids. There's no window. No, on this goddamn farmhouse. Oh, windows.
Nah.
That's a bit 21st century. No, don't do that.
Because I'm
it's
a bit weird that he doesn't seem to acknowledge that they have a child, but she seems to be screaming about it. That's all.
So it is on. They are now going to surge forwards, and he's going to get out of the way, or he's going to get hurt.
Stabbed.
So there's a good stabbing, bad stabbing. I need my orders.
Do we
I
want
really
to step
don't
in and
know.
stop this, or do we not give a shit? Because currently I don't give a shit. But
I don't really give a shit. This seems like something for them to figure out.
I suppose he could, if he lives here, he could be the one to help us find the thing we're looking for.
If he looks like he's gonna get stabbed, I will step in. Like if he looks like he's not getting out of the way,
absolutely.
Is he gonna get out of the way though?
Well, you're going to have to decide that, because when they surge forwards, you are quicker than anybody here, Cricket. So by the time you decide is he getting out of the way or not, he will either be, he's Schrodinger's peasant. He will either be in the way or not in the way.
I suppose Cricket will go up and just kind of I suppose she'll go and stand next to him with her sharp pointy things and just kind of pop up next to him with the sharp pointy things, just to kind of discourage, just to be like, I'm just here to, I'm not going to stop them from taking shit. I just feel like it is unfair to hoard things in this situation. However, I don't think murder is necessarily an acceptable way to do this.
Is this some kind of parkour off the roof situation? Is this some tumble
No, I think
roll?
she's just going to stroll between the buildings, just walk out with the shiny thing, with the sharp
rapier,
things.
which is quite a thing. What about the rest of you? What are you up to?
Watching and waiting until I'm ordered to do otherwise.
Okay.
Cricket is absolutely the most personable out of all of us. If something.
All right, so they are rushing forwards. Suddenly, this figure appears with a rapier, and that is pretty much intimidation. That you're looking kind of, competent and frightening. So you're going to use your strength against their will. Well, if you're sorry, are you talking them out of it or are you threatening them out of it?
Well, she's not. She's got sharp, pointy things, but I think it's more of a kind of it doesn't seem worth murdering over. It's probably more of a chat.
No, look,
I'm very
the situation is so desperate,
I
and
feel like
as now you're
weapons.
getting a really close look. These people are starving and they are desperate, and you've seen this on the road, and you know that this is what is going on. So so it is in fact Will versus Will.
Yeah, I just don't think it's worth getting murdered over.
Okay, so have a go. There, Will.
Like, I'm not going to fight them to protect the food. I just don't want them to stab this dude.
Okay, all right. So commoner, that's what they are. Their will is 9. Good luck. That is your target number. You're going to roll a d20. You're going to add your will to it.
17.
And believe it or not, you can be tricky because you can be tricky twice around.
I don't need it. My will is 17.
All right. Okay. So you flourish that rapier and tell them it's a bad idea.
Just give it a bit of a swing. Just give it a bit of a swing, and I'll just be like, I don't think stabbing is entirely necessary. Like, I'm not. If any of them make a break for the food and try and steal some, I'm not going to steal it. I'm not going to stop them from stealing the food. I'm just going to stop them from stabbing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't take it, please. It's just it's bad. It's don't. Please don't take it. But you are protecting him.
I'm protecting him from being stabbed.
Yeah, if you are not stopping them from rushing into here, then they are rushing into their
I'm
own
not going to
loading
stab a bunch of peasants who are after some food.
Is there haystacks in that thing?
The haystack is over yonder.
Oh, okay, so just there. Okay, go. Mm-hmm. In that case, do not.
All right.
What do you mean? What do you mean bad? When you say bad, what do you mean?
It's just he's actually. This is not the moment for him to say, "Well, actually, I found that."
Yeah. Cricket isn't socially aware enough.
Can't you? Thank you. Can't you?
Damon, should we step in? It seems like Cricket may be about to be overwhelmed.
Oh no, you can't.
Want to step?
Will you keep it quiet, or you'll wake the baby?
So, they get all the food and go away with it.
I'll probably try and yank back like a handful of potatoes for the family. Like, I will probably be like protect a handful of potatoes.
All right, done.
Be like,
Rad.
If I see somebody with like an armful of stuff, I'll be like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah,
and take a handful of potatoes for the family.
All right, so you do salvage some food.
And I press it into the farmer's hands, and I'm like, you're really going to kill yourself? If they'd have come upon you and killed you, and then they would have taken the food anyway, you get that, right? Like, you would have been dead and the food would still be gone. Like, you get that, yeah?
I get, thank you.
There were like 8 of them.
Yes, I was just trying.
And unless you're really super good with that hoe.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. And she's going to like palm over the potatoes.
Okay, all right. I would like you to make, and now the rest of you, the mob have gone. They've got like sacks, they're carrying pumpkins, they've got sacks of potatoes, they've got rutabagas, because that's a word I never get tired of saying.
Mm-hmm. Probably if there were like things in sacks and like crates of stuff, I would have retained like whatever people were taking in portions. I would have like made sure to keep a portion of similar size.
Absolutely. No, you've done that.
Like
what about you there, Crickets? Sorry, no, Cricket's up the front. Damon and Nitgit. It seems like the mob are satisfied and they are leaving.
Shall we make ourselves known?
I have an overwhelming urge to go and deal with that mob, but I feel like that might be a bad idea.
Well, would you like to just maybe hold 1 or 2 of them up and take back some food for the rightful owner?
Yeah, I think making off with an entire family's worth of stuff doesn't sit right with me. I think I will, depending on how far they've gotten, I might step out into the road in front of the.
They are peasants
and kind of like
that are very cocky, like they've got all this kind of stuff.
That may or may not have been what did it for Damon. Yeah. Oh, you're cocky now, are you? Oh, no.
You're proud of yourselves. Well,
but yeah, they're not fleeing the scene. They
I I will ask
You're quite
Nitgit to come
loaded
with
down.
me, but up to you whether or not you stay or go.
Excuse me? Life debt? Does that not mean anything to anyone anymore? If you
No,
ask
sorry.
Nitgit to come-
What I meant was Damon will say, "Come on," but if you want to stay behind with, like, if you Jackson want to stay behind with Cricket, that is also fine.
by all means, order Nitgit around. That's what he's here for.
Dead.
Okay, very good. In that case, Nitgit, come on. I might need your darkness.
Nitgit running along half speed.
So Damon is, in all his gaunt glory, going to step out, given that he was hidden, hopefully somewhat suddenly, in front of this group of people.
Alrighty, so
We just made Mark go to his shelf of tiles. He
I
wasn't planning
know
for us for this.
absolutely. This is very exciting. Pathfinder map tiles when you absolutely positively need a road all of a sudden. All right, so because they are this could end badly for somebody. It says, well, I did a scene change and nobody's saying for me.
Yeah.
That was like the yakety sax version.
Here we are on the road.
It said you are on the road. Are you popping out one at each end, or are you both popping out in front of them?
I'm assuming that Cricket is still kind of within yelling distance and
Yeah, I'm still watching.
and or is behind them, so I'm...
Like I'm technically behind them with the farmer, and I can probably do a quick kind of, oh shit, they're in trouble, and run up to the other end.
You'll be look. This is Damon. And these are peasants. Damon is not going to be in trouble.
I'm not worried. I can see what he's doing because of where I'm standing with the farmer. Yeah. If he's cut around, then I can see what he's doing, and I'm like, oh, good.
But they sashayed away. Damon had to go the long way around the sneaky to get in front of them. So, this is something you're going to see in the distance.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, I'd like you to make a perception roll for me.
Had a butt. Huh. What? 19.
19. Okay, so I'm going to tell you an interesting fact in a moment. But right now, I want to know if Nitgit is popping out behind the posse or with Damon in front of the posse.
I'll go where Damon commands. Would you like me by your side, or shall we get in the old loop around?
Stick with me for the time being.
Very good.
Okay, all right. And because it bothers me, I'm just going to line that to the grid. Phew! Everybody heaves a sigh of relief. So you step out in front of them.
And where the bloody fuck do you think you're going?
Back to our families.
Right.
You be wise to step out of our way. More of us. All right. I believe that was Damon's signature intimidation laugh, which is one of your things.
I do have threat, which is an ability that I have.
That sounded like when you laugh, it's not because you've heard a good joke. It's
not
threat.
Generally. It's generally. So technically, because it's one target creature. These are commoners, and I am level 5, and I'm not attempting to do a horrifying thing.
Don't worry, I'm not sweating the details here.
Their
will is 9.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got the right number of fingers.
Is this a daring scoundrels, or is this a?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
So
you just stepped out in the road in front of them. You're impressing them.
Don't know about impressing. Definitely making them shit themselves is the aim here. So I believe
there's a spell for that in this game.
Of course there bloody is. For me, threats are intellect against will. Does that stand?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I'm just saying their will is 9, so I think you're getting 2 boons on this.
Am I?
Oh, sorry, isn't the threat? Are you tricky?
Oh, I can, but I wasn't planning on it because I.
Anyway, how'd you go? 9's not hard to beat.
22.
As always, I don't care about the numbers. So you are terrifying. And even though the one at the front is blustering, woman behind him is saying, "Oh, maybe we should." They look quite dangerous. Goblins. cannibals. They are terrified of the pair of you, or you particularly, Damon. So what are you telling them to do? Meanwhile, Cricket, you are handing him a sack of potatoes, and you can see that these potatoes are wet. They've been recently washed and scrubbed, right? But there's one of them, as you get it out, you actually see that there's dried blood on it.
Mate.
And that one's not washed. It's not wet.
Mate, why is there blood on your tater?
I'm very clumsy.
Mate.
I must have. I'm always
all right, but
cutting
also
myself, peeling them.
No, I don't buy
wash that.
No, and she's not going to let go of it. Just, no. I just saved your life. You owe me a straight answer, mate. Listen, you were saying, right, that for you and your wife, this is to feed you and your wife keeps in there screaming about a baby, but you're only mentioning two. Also, what do you mean bad? How were they bad? She's
Meanwhile,
like gesticulating with the rapier while she's talking.
Meanwhile, the other end of the road.
Do you think it is appropriate to steal from people when there are other people who have claimed this area?
No. Outrageous.
We're really hungry. We've been thrown from our land, and my money's no good, and I had to pay these debts. And there's tremendous economic hardship. I cannot get another job. I'm already working 3. They really are hungry, and there seems to be, like, now that you're looking at the food. You heard the farmer say, "Oh, it's only enough food for the winter for me and my wife." There's a bit of food here. Like, he didn't want them stealing it, but there's definitely more than his family's coming.
Yeah, which is absolutely. I think what Damon starts to click on and goes, "Do you think it is appropriate to steal an entire man's food? That looks like more than enough for you to make sure that that man and his wife and his child, I suppose, have enough for the winter and still have some left over for all y'all, eh?"
Don't you suppose?
So how about...
Well, they are thoroughly threatened, and they are, they're frightened of you. They're kind of putting things down.
How about we get all this out onto some of those here burlap sacks, and we put aside enough for this man and his wife, and then you can make off with the rest of it.
Well, yes. Oh, well, very well. Yeah.
Yeah. And next time you decide to go knocking on some arsehole's door, have some common decency.
Yeah, of course. And they're actually, now that you're kind of punching through, they're not proud. Like, they felt that they had too much and they were hoarding it, but there's some level of shame in their actions through desperation. But so they give some of the food back.
What I actually wanted is, in kind of like a meta way, if that's okay. As they're taking out all the food, because I also did hear something is bad, I actually wouldn't mind, like, why I'm suggesting that they all put it out and then we divvy it up is so I can subtly have a look at the food to try and work out why it is bad.
Okay, well, the food does not seem to be bad. The food is well, I mean, look, it's a crop of vegetables. Some of them are a little old, some of them are a little bit, unripe. All of them are really clean. Like, they've all been really nicely washed and scrubbed. So, if anything, they really look quite appealing.
If he was going to store them for the winter, surely you wouldn't be peeling them, washing them now.
Oh, they're not peeled. That was a bad description earlier. Well, only was talking about where the blood came from. But they're definitely washed.
Excellent.
All right. Well, let's divvy it up then. And I will ensure that the amount for the family is there, and then they can make off with whatever else they like. Although, if there's are there like a couple of nice potatoes, or like a good sweet potato or something like that, and I'll be like, that one and that one and that one. Nitgit, that's for meals later.
I cast
a couple of things.
I cast fetch Which is a spell I've been sitting on for ages. I teleport them to my hand.
So we'll grab a couple of things for like our stews for the next week or something. So
when those rutabagas rotate through the air, that is
rotating rutabagas.
Exactly, that is name of our band. They are definitely. That's like they're going to go now.
Yeah, the rotating rutabagas.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, do they split like the Red Sea? Because I'm not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're just like,
yeah, no, they do.
I will. I'm sorry, Jackson. I will look at Nitgit and go, right, fetch the sack. Come on.
Yes, someone has to carry the sack, of course.
Right.
Yes.
I think you are actually the strongest out of all of us.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, you're not. But I'm not any
Strength
stronger
8.
than you. Yes, so am I. So I'm going to make you do it.
No, that's fine. That's what the goblin's here for.
Alrighty.
know that I do not actually feel very comfortable giving you orders, but in character.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. So,
the 12-month life debt.
Yeah, 12 month life debt.
It is
Goblins
time
can
for
live to their 80s. I looked it up. So
Okay.
it's got a good
Now we know.
at least 20 years left in him.
All right.
Don't worry.
Only in Shadow of the Demon Lord would the life expectancy of your goblin be 80. Like, I don't know, AD&D, keep on the Borderlands. The life expectancy of your goblin was not.
Well,
it was like
that's
12.
I think that's like the natural life expectancy. I imagine the unnatural life expectancy is cut short quite often for goblins.
Also, you are a wizard, and I feel like maybe the magic has infused your soul in such a way that it just like you just are going to live to be 80 because wizards need to be old.
That's true.
Yeah, you
I
have
think
to
it's
be
a
old to be
Benjamin
wizard.
Button thing with the sailor suit.
Yeah.
He's actually actively getting younger. It is time for one of our celebrated map transitions. Are you ready? Love your work. All right, back up the road you go. Where cricket has been.
Listen, mate. I don't buy it that you just washed all of them and they're all clean, and this one's not washed and it's covered in blood, and you reckon you slipped it while peeling, but there's no peels inside. Also, what was that about you and your wife, and then your wife talking about a baby, and you said these were bad. How were they bad?
Can we?
She's like, shit.
and he's trying to move you away from the cabin as you are saying this.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oi, Damon.
Away from the cabin.
But
Damon,
No, sorry. This is still while they were approaching. As you were pursuing this line of it, he did not want to have it next to the cabin.
She's gonna let him like move her away from me, like move away with her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like if he moves back, Cricket's the kind of person that will keep talking and follow behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like not even entirly realizing that that's what she's doing, but she's like.
Right, so weirdly enough, you end up in front of the haystack. So
I bet there's a needle in there.
all right. So now let's reveal how this scenario is written. I bought a medieval homestead pack from WizKids that had a haystack in it. I went,
That's so cool.
That's a cool thing for them to find this week.
thing.
And
Yeah.
thus, there
And
it
thus.
is.
Needle in
All
there.
right. Boy,
Yeet
that's going to
myself
take a
off the top of that
long
building straight
time.
into the center.
Wait a
Assassin
second.
Creed the fuck out of this.
Wait, Jackson. Does the fetch
See?
spell fetch things that you see, or does it just fetch things that you know about? Because if so, this is going to be the quickest fucking search ever.
One object that I could hold in one hand that is within medium range.
And you have to see it.
He's going to fetch a needle out of a haystack. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's going to work, but still.
All right.
That's fantastic.
I'll be looking up that spell and sending Schwalb an email if it works.
Because he said nothing about seeing.
Nope.
Rob, I'm in trouble. They usually know. So anyway, you were talking to him, and he's pulling you away from the cabin.
All right, and she's going to lower
And
her
as he is leaving the cabin, you can hear "Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop there. They've gone away.
Okay.
It's okay.
Do you mind telling me what this is all bloody well about then?
Look, I didn't want them taking the vegetables because
Yeah,
they've
I
been
get that.
stolen before.
Bye.
I don't. Well, by hungry people,
All
and,
right.
and to begin with, we would share and we would sell, and then they just
All right.
and then a large amount of people just turned up and took everything we had. And,
All right.
And there he's like pulling down his shirt and like he's got some bruises and some cuts and
Yeah. Okay.
and
I'm
he's
getting
missing
that.
some teeth. And then the next day they were all back.
Or the vegetables, or the people.
The vegetables.
Oh, the vegetables. Right. They were just back. They were just here. And and she kind of holds up the bloodied potato, and the gore-tater. What's with the gore-tater?
That's why I washed them.
Right. Yeah, that tracks. And
They were-
is that why you reckon they're bad?
The vegetables aren't bad. I told them it would be bad if they take them.
Right. Yeah. All right. That one. Yeah. All right. What happened to the? Do you know? Have you seen the people who took them again? Right. Okay. That's not great. Oh, hey, Damon.
Everything's been too much ever since Jennifer. Ever since Jennifer had her. I should just bury them, and then people won't come for them. We'll just.
You know what happens when you bury taters, though, right? Like next season, you're just going to have a lot more taters. Like these little dots in the peel are
They
actually
expect to
seeds.
find food on a farm, and they will kill us if they don't get anything. And if they get things, then they come back the next day covered in blood.
Yeah, no, I get that.
What?
But I'm going to hold up the bloody potato.
Let us assume.
Yeah. So
We're to believe that these vegetables are
taters.
eating people.
Cursed taters. Cannibal taters. That's it.
not
That's the
about
one.
eating people so much as maybe whatever it is returning them is doing the mauling itself. So there's
Taters with a taste for flesh.
Nah.
Flesh-eating taters.
No, it's just a potato. It's just
Flesh-eating taters.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Oh, and
I'm
hand
still
over
holding onto the
Just
bloody
takes
tater.
out a knife and he cuts it open. It's just normal.
right. Nitgit,
That's what it wants you to think.
I
the
would like to.
ones that we put aside for us, just put them back in the bag, yeah?
Yeah. What are you gonna?
I'd like to sense magic upon these potatoes.
Oh my God! You sense magic next to the haystack.
Oh. Oh, good.
Wow. Things happen. The potato is not magical.
Oh, I was really rooting for that one.
But
Hey.
in there
That's the same one
is-
twice. That doesn't count.
I don't know.
I know, but this is for a vegetable, not a plant.
Oh my
in
god.
there,
How could you?
something is incredibly magical. Tremendous, strong fey magic. But
Oh.
also, there is magic going across the fields away from it. Like
Wait.
thus.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Mate, what's your name?
Okay, so there's this, you're just like, to the extent of your spell, this kind of, radiation of magic, and it's a shining, it's a thread of magic.
Yeah, I'm remembering what Mum Dad said about.
Yep. Mate, what's your name, mate?
Claude.
Right, Claude.
Right.
Is that your wife? And you said Jennifer before. Is that your wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been having problems having? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Actually, I don't give a fuck. Have you been having problems having kids?
We don't. Well, we.
Yeah, what is that about?
See-
You
No,
seem
hold
to
on.
think you don't have kids.
Who are you talking to? And out she comes.
I think I wished for a kid.
I think they wished for a kid. And remember what Mum Dad said about the wish thread?
Out comes Jennifer with a baby in arms.
I'm gonna take 2 steps back away from
Jeez.
Jennifer and the baby.
She's rocking it. Okay, you can all make perception rolls.
Do I want to make this perception roll?
I don't think I want to make this perception roll, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Now, a player says, I am in a game which has an insanity mechanic. Oh,
12.
but you in the scene, of
Yeah.
course, would be
Yeah,
like, what's
I'm
going on with you?
It's a 12.
Oh,
It's a 12.
Is this tricky or
12?
not?
So that's you. No, I think it's not, because you're a second ago you were telling me. Oh,
No, that's why I was like, are you going to make like...
No, I'm not going to force the trickiness. You saw it?
21.
natural 1, so I'm gazing
Oi!
out at the
Nice.
field.
Amazing.
Okay. Well,
You're
that's
looking at the
simply-
magic line.
I know
that's interesting.
exactly why. I know exactly why you can't, because you're of goblin height.
Oh, you just
All right.
literally can't see the baby.
So she has a swaddle baby. Those who are of her height can see she doesn't have a swaddle baby at all. She has swaddling cloth. There is absolutely no infant in her arms.
Yikes.
Nitgit, looking from below, just goes, "Oh, well, that's
Child.
fine." But there is no child there at all.
I'm gonna look at Claude like,
Please just say it. Oh, did we wake him, my love? No, he grizzled for a bit, but he's all right now. Aren't you, my baby boy? She chucks nothing under the chin.
Well, that's very nice. I might have a quick word with the two of you.
that sounds great. We're gonna have a real quiet word. I'm gonna look at Claude and I'm like,
She's just. Why don't you prepare supper for our guests? All right, I'll dress him in his Sabbath best. All right, so she goes inside to set up some baby clothes.
I'm
with
not eating
nothing
anything that's
in
come out of
them.
this fucking field.
All right.
Hang on.
I have good news on
So
that front.
she goes back inside
With her not child, with her nothing baby.
with cloth, with basically
empty
with a
swaddling
blanket,
clothes.
with a blankie.
Yeah.
Just question, because I know it doesn't
Claude.
matter, but I rolled really pretty well.
Okay, sure.
Is there any shape in that blanket at
No,
all?
that's absolutely
Nothing,
not at
okay.
all. No, absolutely. And furthermore, you kind of saw into the hut and you could see, there's a little cradle, there's a table, there's a bed, and that's about all they've got room for, a cook fire. Everything looks very homely and normal. She just one morning she just said, "Oh, our happy days here is last," and she's been talking about as a baby, as though there's a baby and there's no baby. And I've tried to tell her, and she won't listen to me. And then she just cries, and I don't know what to do.
Did either of you make a wish?
What? I don't know. Well, I've always wanted to have a son.
That's fair, but you haven't, said
The
I wish
W
I-
word.
Don't
Has
say
she?
it.
But don't say it now. Like, really, seriously, don't say it now.
Oh.
But like, has she said the W
Oh,
word?
I say that all the time.
Okay.
I say I wish I had a strong son, and then this planting would be done.
Okay, maybe it's not that then.
I say that all the time. It's a thing that I say.
Okay, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Sometimes when we had cows before they were stolen, the cows didn't come back. They were stolen earlier. I would be shoveling the hay, saying, "I wish I had a
Okay.
strong son."
All right. Yeah. Well, that
Right.
and the people who stole the food comes back, and you never see the people again, and the food is covered in blood.
It's like there's some good robber
Oh, I don't necessarily think it's good.
kills them and then brings
Yeah, that
everything
would be
back.
why I don't necessarily think he's good.
Well, I can confirm that the vegetables themselves are not cursed, enchanted, or otherwise magically imbued, if that helps. but there does seem to be a good bit of magic coming from that haystack.
Fetch it.
Fetch it.
And you fetch it.
Yes, of course. I'll give it a go.
Oh,
Actually,
by
no.
the way,
Now,
Well,
By
I
the
did
way,
read
Nitgit.
the rules for targeting spells.
I'm happy to say that if you do detect magic and then the fetch,
All right.
the detect magic makes it glow, and then.
Great.
So I'm not going to rule against a good idea.
Fantastic.
That would be churlish.
we are going to say, as an aside to Nitgit, by the way, Nitgit, we're actually looking for a needle.
Yeah, so mind your eyeballs.
Mind your fingers, your eyeballs.
Needle, haystack.
Haystack.
Very good. Yeah, very
Right,
good.
yeah.
Yes. All right. Won't be a moment.
Aside to Cricket, should we tell him about?
We don't even really know what it's all about, do we? I mean,
No,
we have a hunch, right?
But we're Fae, and he's Fae. He's also magic, and Mum, Dad not being super, friendly, and also, are we sure that an eyeball ripped from a monster and a heart pulled from a covetous dryad and a needle that grants very questionable
Fucked up
desires
witches.
is going towards Oberon?
Oh, it looks like one of the horses has come back.
Ah!
Oh, no, I'm wrong. It was just a shadow on the edge of the forest.
Don't do that to me, mate. You can't just talk about horses and pony in that casual. You can't do it. Don't you understand how horrible they are?
Fetch.
All right. So do you have another detect magic?
Do I need to do it again?
You do, yes.
Okay. Yep. I'll sense magic and fetch again.
So, yep. So sorry, detect magic, sense magic. Too many D20 games. So you sense magic for the second time and then you fetch.
Yep.
All right. So you are reaching in. I'm getting a mad echo of myself. Is there some reason I'm getting a mad echo of myself, Jackson, when I talk? Yeah, I definitely get a bounce back of me.
How utterly fascinating. Not
Do
on
it
my
again.
end.
Okay, great. Well, that's just a weird thing then.
I wonder if it's coming through Jackson.
Sorry, audio issues.
Yeah.
I will monitor the
More-
situation as it develops.
More good television. Don't worry about it. It makes me feel powerful and echoing. Echo. Anyway, so you sense the magic and you see that there is magic right through the haystack, and you fetch. And as you fetch, it's like you reach out your hand goes beyond your hand, and it's like it's trying to skerrick through, and you feel a force. You just light upon something which is unbelievably slender, and you fetch that, and you draw a thread out. And so now you are holding a thread, which
Oh shit!
it's like a loop, if you like. So you've pulled a loop of thread out. That goes to the haystack, and you know there's thread going out the other side.
Well, I tried to grab the needle, but seems it's gone. Just the thread. As far as I can tell, it disappears into the haystack and then gets tangled up and disappears out the other side and heads out through the field.
You can proceed to kind of reel it in.
I will not be able to resist.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the other thing about this is that it's a thread of magic. No one else can see this. No one else can touch it. Only Nitgit, the magician, the wizard. You feel like you're finally assuming, the status and position that Escradinius meant for you, that you are doing this tremendously magical thing. It's quite cool, because this thread doesn't exist in mortal realms. So you reel it in and eventually come up with the other end of the thread. You don't have the needle. The needle, and you've now pulled it all out of the haystack. So the needle is gone, but you know that thread, that kind of magical trace still heads off through the fields.
So the thread does
So
keep
you've
going.
got the wrong end of it, you know.
Fantastic.
Okay. So you got like the middle of the loop and you pulled out the empty edge, but there is still another end going off into the distance. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Well, look, Damon, I just don't. Look, Damon, I just don't. You know.
Hey.
I don't think it's necessarily worth worrying about right now. But you might be onto something there, and I guess we can talk about that later. I guess. I mean, we don't necessarily have anything better to do.
Go follow a thread.
Yeah.
Wild thread chase?
Wild thread chase.
Wild thread chase. We're gonna see what we can do, Claude. In the meantime, maybe avoid the W word.
Please come and I'm hoping that you can talk to her.
Absolutely
and
not.
let her
Nope.
know that.
What we are good at, mate, is stabbing things.
Correct.
I don't think you want us to stab your problem.
Well, now I know you're not going to change your mind because I've played this game with you long enough. He is utterly crestfallen and heartbroken because of this moment where people that turned up weren't just trying to steal from him. They were sympathetic to his problems. He thought, oh, okay. And then he's like, no, fucking see ya.
Yeah, well, I'm
So,
not going in
put
that
it
house
this
with the
way.
fake baby.
We will check back in on our way back through.
We'll be back.
If we're not dead, incapacitated, or fleeing for our lives,
Or
we will
worse.
come back and make sure you and your wife are all right. But for the meantime, you got some of your potatoes back. So
But what are you talking about? Dead? Fleeing? Why? What are you talking about?
we're
There's
mercenaries.
there's magic here, and we're going to try and see if we can solve
yes.
it. But in the
I
meantime,
suppose, as
yeah.
the landlord, we should tell you, someone has planted a magical thread inside of your haystack, and we're just going to give it a bit of a tug and see where it
bit of a
goes. Oh, look, it turns green.
Hang on. We're mercenaries. Our work is dangerous. You know,
Yeah,
there's fighting going on.
He's freaking
much
out.
information.
There's,
I was
it's
going to
like-
go with mercenaries because that's
Yeah,
the less
no,
terrifying thing.
No, fuck it. He should be afraid.
Yeah,
he knows that something weird's been happening.
Yeah.
So he's, they have to go, love. They'll be back.
We'll be back. I'm not going in that house with a pretend fucking baby. I'm just not.
Alrighty.
It's fucking weird. I'm not doing it.
All right. So he.
I'm not
I
disagreeing.
don't. I'm not really that great with normal children, but imaginary children, no.
I wonder if it's kind of like, you know, a thought version of one of us.
Oh, I mean, taking one of us as we're
That
politely.
is an absolute key, and suddenly you realise why. Damon, you have literally a polished stone for a heart. You feel nothing, well, no emotions. Cricket, you have a lively, chirping, happy cricket. And that's why you can't stand, because people with no babies is why you are here. It's what you are.
I don't want to go in there.
It
I'm not
is
going
the
in there.
very admission. And Damon, whatevs.
Yeah, I'm not going in there. There's no way I'm going in there. Absolutely not.
Well, if we have time on the way back, I am quite good with children. Remember that short magic show I did? But
Gosh,
as I said,
Yeah.
there's a thread to follow.
Let's
Look, it turns red
go.
again.
We should probably go before Jackson pulls over a camera or a microphone or whatever it is he's yanking on, because I can see his
let's
camera
go.
going when he does that. So let's go.
Let's go.
Before he pulls his entire kit down. All right.
Let's go before Jackson fucks the screen
It
up
turns
with his
green again.
props. Let's go before Jackson fucks up the entire screen with his props.
All
Let's
right.
go before Jackson breaks the internet. All right.
and set this house on fire.
You got a sense of where that was heading.
Bad.
But then I think your sense magic only lasts a short time, right?
It doesn't
sparkles out.
Doesn't have a duration, so I guess it must be instantaneous. Yeah, that's fair to say.
Is it a thing that you do?
It's a spell I cast. It's an actual spell.
You learn the sense magic spell, okay,
Yeah.
which is a magician utility 0.
Exactly
So how
right.
many times can you cast a
I
utility
got 4
0 spell?
castings a day, and you've already taken 2 from me.
Remember
Great,
though,
so you've got
last
2
time
more.
your monster spell didn't specify a duration on the spell itself, but there was a duration when you went looking for it.
Oh, no, yeah,
That's
no, this
true.
is it's about, I see what you mean, yes.
So maybe
No, it
it's
does.
listed.
It does say it in the spell itself, and I was just dense and just didn't read it. No, sense magic does seem to be instantaneous.
Okay, so you're like, oh, magic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you've got a sense of, so you'll be able to you've got 2 more castings today to get
That's
a
right.
beat on it. But it really was going straight
straight
out
line.
across those fields.
Oh, that's not true. I am a magician and a wizard, so I can take a rest and get some spell
Yeah.
castings back. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, the spell recovery, yes.
Yeah, once per rest.
Well, that's
Use
only
an
going to
action.
regain 1 casting.
Only 1. I don't want to use it my level 0 utility spell. That'd be lame. But so you're saying that I can't see the thread anymore because it was just and then it's gone.
It is not actual thread. It's wish thread. It's magical. It's basically magic. It's Mab's thread. So when you sense magic, you and you alone see it clearly, and you did get that direction. Hey, where's my compass gone? Hey, let's just make that north. So yeah, it's heading off northeast towards the forest. Through the fields towards the forest, the
Right.
dark forest.
But all I can
So
do
we
is
saw it.
just get that sense and then off we go, but I can't see it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You
All
know,
right.
Damon, I wonder if you might be right. And what if all these things that we're collecting and giving back to mum, dad are actually like fundamental to the fabric of the world
As we're
here,
walking
and we are
across
just
the-
as we're walking,
As
across,
we're walking.
and we're just like it's like pulling bricks out of a wall, and eventually the wall's going to collapse.
Yeah.
By the way, Nitgit, I think we should tell him.
Yeah. Props.
I think you should too. Tell me what.
Oh, all of this, the last couple of things we've kind of been doing. It's we have a mum dad. What did you call it?
Originator.
Originator. So the being who put us all together from sticks and stones and forest bits and whatnot.
Yeah. Do you know cricket's got a cricket for an art? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Fascinating. What do you got?
Yeah.
Flint.
Oh.
No,
That's
it's,
cool.
it's a polished riverstone,
Little
Oh,
polished
it's
a
river.
smooth stone.
Polished riverstone.
Oh, good for skipping.
What?
Skipping a stone across the water. Delightful.
Apparently, I'm also made of belladonna, which last I checked is very fucking poisonous.
It's poison.
That's right.
I'm made of folded willow branches.
Yeah, cricket's
Delightful.
actually much nicer than me. Which, to be fair, cricket is much nicer than me. So
But if you've ever spent a lot of time amongst the willows, you know that they're also a little bit creepy and
yeah,
I wonder what they made goblins out of.
Around like
I don't know.
Meat,
We
I
might
think.
ask Pete. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, the things what we've been chasing and collecting have been kind of things that our mum dad has asked us to go get to restore Oberon and prevent winter from overtaking the world and basically creating the downfall of our age and the world in general. And we've been doing it, but Damon has rather astutely pointed out that perhaps them things what we've been collecting may not actually be. I don't know. Maybe giving them back to the Fae might not actually be.
I don't think we should stop giving him back to the Fae because I think pissing off Mum Dad is going to be a much worse thing for us to do.
It's catching
Also,
on.
the end of the world, like the whole winter end of the world, could be legit. Like it could
could
very
be.
well be legit, and we are doing something to stop the end of the world.
Right.
But I'm not entirely convinced one way or the other that we're either helping or causing the end of the world.
Yeah, 50-50 at this point. We don't really know.
So I guess
well-
what we're saying is your magic So maybe you should have a gander at the things what we're finding before we hand them back over, even though we're going to hand them back over anyway, just like to get a bit more of a gist of what it is that these things do, and maybe with knowing what they do, worst case scenario, if they all get put together and a big ass bloody thing pops out, we have a better idea of what we might need to
Run away from.
Stab a bunch.
Well, my magic is at your service, as always. I will serve you as long as you tell me that we have the best interests of our own survival at heart.
Oh, we always have the best interest
Always.
of our own survival at heart, absolutely.
That's
Just
the bare minimum.
permanently.
And finally, Nitgit knows, and I'd like to thank Tad for that special guest meow I think I heard in the
You're
background.
not
there.
wrong. That was
Tad was like, hello.
that was mighty. He's staring at me through the gap in the door.
can
I don't know if you can
Wrong
see
side
that
of the door.
tiny little cat
Please.
face.
Please zoom in. I am begging you to zoom in on Cat on Tad staring at you between this
I think I
smile.
can.
Yeah, because, oh my God.
Oh, he's gone. I think he's gone.
Aw.
Oh, he left. I'm
Love
sorry.
zoom.
He
Zoom
knew he
Disappointing.
wasn't
Right.
ready for his close up.
All right. Cats are Schwalb approved. He has. been.
Yes.
All right. So, Kerrang, you are, I believe, traipsing across the fields, filling in Nitgit as to what's been going on,
Yeah, well,
and
describe-
arriving at the edge of the dark forest.
Yeah.
Also, I'd be like, goblins are fey, ain't they? A little bit.
Once upon a time, before you were cast out.
Right, that would explain.
That explains.
Yeah, that explains. We may continue to not ever introduce you to the originator because I don't think they're not very nice about goblins, and I prefer to spare you that particular humiliation.
Entirely reasonable, but who can say what the future holds? Perhaps I'll prove myself worthy of inclusion in your party.
But you do know that Oberon was slain in the war against the trolls, and the Queen of Summer has been bereft ever since.
Oh, so
That's
we do know
something
that to be
you
true.
know.
Okay.
No, Nitgit knows.
Oh, Nitgit.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
It's a funny old world.
All right, into the dark forest. I propose a little break to refresh our beverages, and in my case, the scene.
Very good.
Works for me.
And let us return in 10.
Let's call it
Works
10.
for me.
All right. Fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you'll stick around.
Soon.
See you in 10.
See you in a bit.
This many.
Well, welcome back, if indeed you're still sticking around, which we certainly hope you are. Here we are back on the Campaign Coins channel, playing Shadow of the Demon Lord, and what a time we are having. As far as we can tell, we've rocked up to this farm. There's a magical item that we are endeavoring to retrieve, but it seems to have left a magical trail over the fields and through the forest. Into the woods we go. All that good stuff.
Into the woods you go. They are dark forests. They have felled the trees to make way for the fields, and then beyond the groves are thick and dense. And the minute you all step into it, being Fey or Fey-touched or Fey-adjacent as you are, you know there is something terribly wrong in this forest. Earlier you did creep through some trees on the roadside, but now that you're heading over to the north, there immediately the sounds are dropping, and you can, those of you with breath can hear it muffled. Those of you without breath don't know what I'm talking about. So it is gloomy within, and it is dark, and there's definitely a kind of a musty, rotting smell. It's not good.
I'm starting to suspect this might have been what I was made out of.
Ah, fair.
Good to know.
Right. I was kidding. Sort of.
Sort of, only a little bit.
All right,
There ain't
well,
any rivers, so it can't be that.
the thread was in this general direction, and I suppose we just keep on trudging.
Describe the trudge.
Well, I'm actually pretty good. I'm basically skipping.
Low and cautious.
Okay, that's two approaches. How far apart are you? Are you single file? Are you in a line? Are you in an arrow? Does Nitgit walk behind anyone? No reason.
Well,
We're single
Nitgit-
file and I'm up front. Well, actually, I really like getting the drop on people, so I think I'm probably like scouting off to the side, like I'm kind of
Yeah, I was gonna say I
through
kind
the
of
trees
picture,
quietly.
like the twins keeping eye line with each other, but being
Yeah.
separate, and then like Nitgit is probably with me. 'Cause
Yeah,
you do better if
Nitgit will be
you're
with you.
silent on your own.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm probably off in the trees a little bit, like but we're in eye shot.
All right, so going
Like,
forwards, we have Damon leading out Nitgit, and sneaking around at distance, we have Cricket. And moving down low and getting deeper and deeper into these woods. I just have to get something from over there. No reason. You could spend the time making stealth rolls.
Okay.
Very good.
I would love to. And since goblins are naturally stealthy, I'm sure I will do better. My last roll, even then, yes. 10 plus 6 plus 1 is 17. How'd you all do?
16.
17.
Fantastic.
We all good.
That was
We're
my
very stealthy.
soccer jersey number in the under 10s team. 17's my lucky number.
Did I come back on the same stream?
I rolled a 17, which was my under 10 soccer
Oh,
jersey
there you
number.
go. I do
That's
not remember
delightful.
my soccer jersey number. I think I played defense, so it would have been.
Oh, defense is
12.
where it's at.
I mean,
No
I
pressure.
wasn't. Yeah, and
I
and
play-
if the ball comes towards you, you are allowed to boot it as far away as possible, and no one gets mad at you because you're like, I was defending. I don't want this thing. People will attack me.
I played fullback, age 9, for the Powtown Primary School football team. And I remember we were beaten by our arch rivals, Glen, whatever they were, up the road. And the final scores were us, 0 goals, 0 behinds, and them 0 goals, 1 behind. And as from this epic contest, we all walked from the field, one of the other kids said, we really thrashed them. And to this day, I think, for Aussie
Think,
rules,
mate, did you?
That was harsh.
Amazing. Also, I just realised we were talking about very different footballs
Quite.
because I was talking.
All right. Sorry.
Football.
we digress.
We do.
You are creeping through the trees. Are you all stealthy?
Yes, we are.
Yes,
And we are all in fact
You're all
stealth.
stealthy.
Fantastic.
Two of us
Successfully
rolled.
stealth.
Two of us rolled my soccer jersey number 17.
Yes.
Uncanny. And remember, I don't care. It's Shadow the Demon Lord. Did you get a fucking 10?
Yeah.
Yay!
No, I got a regular 10. This
I'm
time.
just here to kill joy. But
My turn
the
is
game,
here. Fuck.
that's because the game is that simple. Forward you go, and as you are creeping, as you're trying to minimize the and of course it's a forest. I mean, it looks like a flat grid, but of course it undulates, it goes down. You are following trails. You have to kind of balance upon your toes as you cover through rocks and twigs so that they don't kind of snap and roll over you. Looking around while also kind of not trying to trip over. So it's slow going. And Nitgit, you're going to have to choose some strategic times to use sense magic to get that bearing. Because if you wander off this incredibly narrow kind of funnel, life is going to be much harder.
Yeah. And sense magic is only good within 5 yards of me. So it's going to be tricky.
So it's all about keeping the bearing, because it actually does
It
go
was a straight line?
straight line. Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, that makes things easier. And again, as we go, I'm keeping an eye out for any kind of lingering magical effects that may be visible to one trained in magic. And I'm also mentioning to my changeling companions, whoever laid this may have left a physical presence as well. So if anyone has any tracking expertise, now would be the time to keep your eyes peeled.
I suppose we do, because I was a spelunker.
I was a hunter.
Spelunker is not
And
tracking.
you were a
hunter. Now
There
that's
you
the
go.
one.
Now we're talking.
All right.
In the history of the things that Damon has done, hunting, grave robbing, and was a cultist for a bit. Apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
that was after that fish thing.
That was after
You went
the
a
fish
bit-
thing.
Yeah,
You went
that's
a bit
right. Yeah, we got a
strange.
bit. Yeah. Just kind of cultisty stuff for a little
All right. So I would like Nitgit to roll an intelligence roll with a boom, just for choosing the right time to.
Fantastic. And I will do so.
Do I need to be looking for physical stuff, or is that just something I get?
And that also happens. Yes. Yeah.
So
You
that
also need
looks-
to make him.
So that looked like a 6 that I rolled, but this feels important enough that we don't want to get sidetracked, that I may want to spend some fortune.
Can
what
you
I'm
choose to spend
thinking.
it after I roll to see if I see anything?
Oh, well, if you're looking
no,
as well.
if he loses the thread now, then you won't have anything done.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, in that case,
All right,
so we need
yep,
the
that's
thread.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend my fortune point to say, hey,
Okay.
that roll I just made, that was all good. Don't worry about it.
That's how fortune works. You get one per session. Ching. Rulebooks say for great role playing or shit, but I just like to give it to you at the start and you tell me when to use it. So, shebang. The thread appears. And you are still on it.
Fantastic. Was that me spending my one of my cards?
Yes.
Yep, fantastic.
Yes, it was. Yeah. In fact, by the time, but honestly, you're going to end up spending probably both your casts to
Yeah, that's
stay
fair.
on it. And fun fact, the thread is actually my Demon Lord dice bag.
Oh,
I just
cool.
saw it on the table and thought, that'll do. It doesn't
work.
involve pulling my microphone over like the daredevil on the other end there.
Yeah, mine's
right.
a red and green microphone cables tied together into a loop so that I could pull it around in a circle. It was a good idea. The execution needed some workshopping. I'll confess that.
All right, do I need to make? I'm assuming like an
Yes,
intelligence.
now is the time to make your intelligence roll, and you're going to get a boon because you're a hunter.
Very good.
Nice.
Well, that's a 23.
Hey,
Friends. So, even though this forest feels oppressive, it is like it's not like it's devoid of wildlife. There is bird life here, but it feels like wildlife are avoiding the area, as they will tend to if another predator moves into the territory. So that's what you're getting, just kind of looking around like, all right,
so-
I'm not seeing, fox trails or wild boar or something.
Right. So, and I'm not seeing any. So, just to clarify, we are not the new predator that's just come in to like, they haven't been here for a while.
Dream on, Damon. It's not you, mate.
I mean, I was just making sure that I was getting that correct.
All right. So that is the general kind of thing that you're picking up as you go. But now as you are kind of moving through the trees, then you see strange tracks of some vast bulk, and you see where it is come from nowhere to create this kind of vast impression in the ground where it has landed, and then it rights itself and the trail becomes lighter as though it stood up on legs, and then you can see where the bark is scratched. It's gone up a tree and then jumped to another tree. So something is very, very mobile.
What are we tracking
very
here, Dan?
Big, very heavy.
What is this? What have you run up against before?
Oh, it ain't like anything I've seen before, because bears scratch at trees, but they don't tend to stand up on two legs and leap between them a bunch. And, wolves are quite nimble, but again, not bipedal, tend not to scratch a bark. So I'm going with something probably fey or monstrous or all of the above. Oh, so I don't think I ain't ever seen this before, so.
Yeah, I think this might be something new.
Okay. And
Keep your
deeper
wits about
into
you.
the woods you go.
Well, I've still got the thread. That's the good news.
Right, well, keep your wits about you, and if you hear or see anything, it's probably not an animal.
I might take this opportunity to cast Arcane Armor.
Ooh,
Give
good
myself
idea.
a +2 to my defense.
I may take this opportunity to cast Dark Sight. Because that lasts for an hour.
Good idea.
I
Arcane
imagine-
Armor
oh,
lasts 4 hours, not that it's a
Actually,
competition.
how long have we been going through this forest, and how much, yeah, that's probably a better question. Is have we been going for a couple of hours already? Like, is this a long trek?
No, it is not a long trek because the forest is dense and nearby. And in fact, if you climb a tree here, you'd be able to see the farm. So you're only like half an hour in.
Okay, I might hold on the casting then, just for the time being,
Okay.
because
So-
I don't want to. I've only got one a day, so.
Forwards into the trees you go. Cricket sneaking around. Cricket being super stealthy.
Don't look up.
That's blood.
Don't look up.
I'm looking up.
Look up. Don't look up.
All right.
I'm looking up.
So many boots, or bare feet, or sandals up there impaled on branches.
Gonna step away from the tree.
All of them headless. Like 20 or 30, 40 corpses. Make a will save.
Checks out.
This reminds me of something I got to describe in one of our vampire sessions, which was someone decorating a tree like holiday bunting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good. That's an 8.
Oh dear.
All right, you must have a point of insanity because that is horrible. Because that's what's on the potatoes.
Yeah.
If my count is right, does that bring you up to 5 insanity?
It does.
Cricket?
It
Oh
does, it
my
does.
goodness.
It's
And,
it's at your will level that you get a
It's
quirk.
at your
yeah?
will. You
Yeah.
get a quirk. Yeah.
Does that that resets you back to 0? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get the quirk and back to 0.
I want to go batshit.
Damon and Nitgit, you will see the same discovery and must make the same will save because this is awful. It is awful because it's awful, because that is what has been happening. Because all of those bodies, they're all a bit starved, they're all a bit thin, they're all a bit poor, and they're all a bit headless. So that's where the blood is coming from.
Can we make this
Wow.
tricky or no?
No, I don't allow tricky will saves.
All right. I'm just because Damon doesn't have emotions. We've established this, and also hates humans, and is quite happy to see them dead.
I understand that. In your case, it's straight up fear.
Oh.
Or like not so much fear. You don't have no emotions, but that thing is going to fuck us up.
Yeah,
Like, that's killed
self-preservation
30, 40
instinct.
people
Like,
and stuck them in trees.
like
This
that could be
is
me.
bad. Yeah. So there you go.
Nitgit
Nice
has-
try, Art.
Nitgit has failed and has ascended to 2 insanity.
Damon has failed, has ascended to 3.
Yeah, on my level.
So, in the center of this, there is a nest. It's the kind of nest where a dog just like rotates, finds its comfy spot. If the dog was 10 feet across, and not at all furry.
Now I cast Dark Vision. Gonna do that one.
Good idea.
Dark side, I should say.
Honey, whatever is doing this is not here.
Ah, bollocks. Just whistle. Hey, Fido!
Yeah.
Actually, that's a pretty good nest. Let's use that as a nest.
Again, if it's not here... No, okay. I will do the... Because we are in thick forest, so it is actually pretty like dark in here at this point.
Yeah, that will absolutely be helpful. That is a great idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Dark side is there.
Right.
Well, it's not nearby, so should we forge on? The thread just keeps going.
Oh, in fact, the thread. You still got a casting left, so you cast it, and the thread leads here.
Oh, bugger.
The thread is snagged on this nest and snapped. You found the edge of the thread. You haven't found the needle.
Yes, so that's an ideal report. Whatever makes its nest here has snapped the thread and presumably taken the needle.
I'm going to make sure I am hidden because whatever shows up, I want to jump out at it and surprise it. So I
would like
hidden.
to try and work out where this thing went and how, like, do the tracking.
Certainly. Yep, do the tracking thing. Go for it.
Oh, that is not good. That is only a 9, unfortunately.
All right. So, and the reason you can't work it out is because this thing comes and goes. And this is its nest.
It's currently
its
gone.
lair, and also sometimes it just scales up a tree and then leaps tree. So it's almost impossible to work out where has it been lately.
Can I? And I don't know if this is. I've already tried this with that roll or not. But can I scale a tree and attempt to get a better vantage point on the area to see if I can see movement or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, make an agility roll, and you can be tricky about this. You can
Amazing.
tricksy your way up a tree.
Well, at least, yep, that is a pass. So I am up a tree.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Up she rises. Hey.
Up they go.
Hey, there it is. You have the best view of the farm. Like you're a bit higher now, and this is a very high tree. And you can see that all the leaves up here, they're all a bit manky and blood-stained. And there's a little kind of nest up here, as though sometimes this thing comes up and nests in this tree, looking down at the farm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you can see some kind of tea party going on, like with a high chair with nothing in it and a little table set up and little tablecloth, and there's Jennifer and there's Claude looking, even from here, utterly miserable as Jennifer pours him tea and then spoons baby food into an empty chair.
And I'm assuming the baby food just like plops onto the chair.
Pretty much.
Oh no. Oh, that's grim.
Can I see anything moving from up here?
You cannot.
Very good. I am going to stay up here and take a good look around to see if I can work out, like, if this thing is moving around in the forest where I can see. I'm posting lookout.
All right. Perfect. Everyone else can bring any skills to bear that you would like to make suppositions.
If we are hiding amongst the trees, I would like to hide amongst the trees until someone tells me otherwise.
I'm being extremely hidden. Goal is to just sit in, wait, and fucking gank this thing as soon as it pops out.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty.
I'm rolling terribly. I haven't rolled above a 5 in about 3 rolls.
Okay.
So,
So
you know,
you're at the bottom
I'm
of
the
tree.
bait.
Yep.
I mean, it's good that you've decided that on your own and we didn't order
I love it when you lean into the flashback. Sorry, the foreshadowing. Thank you, Jackson.
Foreshadowing, yeah.
Yeah, it's the dice. I'm going to put this one away. I've rolled many a natural 20 on this die. I remember it well. I think this is the one that
Not
You.
saved.
today.
This is the one that saved Bold Edig, I think, in our Beowulf stream, and now it's betrayed me. It's my original
Now it's like-
D&D 4th edition starter set die.
Now it's like,
And,
bitch, die.
Which,
Yeah,
if
that's
you
enough for me.
haven't seen Beowulf Age of Heroes, you should absolutely catch up
Yes,
on the
you
first 2
should.
seasons. Beowulf Age of
Hey.
Heroes on
And
Campaign Coins
you should
YouTube channel.
100% watch the next season, too.
2. All right.
Wow.
Love you all.
That was too much.
So you are doing your best to hide. You are doing your best to look out. Damon, how long do you think it would take to go through the forest, find 8 people on the road, massacre them, and take a whole bunch of vegetables back to a farm, and then come back here with the corpses?
Well, given that we spent a bunch of time nattering,
No, the answer is hours. It takes hours to do that. So, and you slowly realize as your dark vision runs out and it gets dark, it's gone because it's hunting.
Yeah, but... Oh, no. All those people you let walk off with the fucking taters.
fun thing though, if it hasn't got them yet, we know where it's going to be.
Back at the farm? Or here?
Back where those people were.
Yeah. We probably should have... Oh, no.
Well, no, what I'm saying is if it's going to take hours, and I worked that out pretty early on, then we just go, fuck it, let's go back to the farm and where those people are, and we can find it there. Or at
Yeah.
least track it from there.
Yeah.
Or we set some traps.
Set some traps here.
Sorry, calling up to the
And
tree.
it's-
Oh, we set some traps here.
At its nest.
All we need is some bait.
Looking at
Nitgit.
Nitgit.
Can't see any bait.
Now, looking at all the corpses too. The corpses are all. Could you tell this? Probably not. Let's see what we got.
It helps.
Yeah. You've got enough
Damon's
time.
up the tree.
They're all decapitated.
Yeah.
But also all of them have a wound, like not a dagger, but like a really more like a cone.
Proboscis?
Yeah, exactly. Like punch here, or
Ooh.
punch here, or punch there,
That's gross.
right there. And there's a little bit of discoloration around that.
Cool. Cool.
Thanks, I hate it.
You're welcome.
So we got a choice. We can either go up.
Not so much
wait
proboscis
here.
as stinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Fair.
say like javelin tip kind of thing, like that sort of shape. Anyway.
Yeah, like a lance.
Exactly.
Hi, buddy.
Okay. Well, our choices are wait here. Cool. Or
sit
go
down?
try and find the thing. Cool. That's pretty much it.
I think we have the drop on it. I say we wait here.
Very good. Nitgit, get in the nest.
Oh, if anyone wants to know what I think, of course, I wouldn't presume to...
No, I agree. Nick, get in the nest.
Me? Yeah, yes, of course. They get the nest, yes.
You can probably hide, like duck down behind, if we figured it. We're using you as bait.
And that is a valid use for one who serves so willingly. Quite, yes, indeed.
Want to put like a hunter's snare out, Damon, or
for a 10-foot fucking beast?
Yeah, all right, that's a good point.
Hunter snares are for rabbits.
Yeah, look, I don't hunt, all right.
Yeah, look, fair.
I'm just gonna jump out at it with my pointy thing and hopefully get a drop on it.
Yep. Let's do it.
Alrighty.
So we are going to wait until it returns, because honestly, I'm fine with it killing 8 people.
Those people were dead anyway as soon as they took the veggies.
Yeah. And like, Damon is quite happy with. He didn't actively kill them, so it's not like he's doing the murder.
Yeah.
But he's quite willing to stand aside and watch other people do the murder instead.
Yes.
If we have not established that already.
Well, as you did not know at the time the consequences exactly, I'm not going to give you corruption.
Yeah.
Hey, Biscuit. Oh yeah.
Good time.
Fucking hell, that's a stink eye.
It's just his
that
face.
for?
It's literally just his entire
his
face
face.
all the time.
That's outrageous.
As someone who has met Biscuit in the flesh, all
just
the
his face all of the time. It's just what he looks
All
like.
right, resting Biscuit face. The hour grows late, and
I can see in the dark.
in time, not for ages, man.
No, sorry. Let me clarify that. Changeling
shadow
can see
sight.
in the dark, kind of normally.
Great.
Like, not
Okay, cool.
not pitch darkness, but we can see.
The dark vision's long gone.
Yeah.
But that's all right. You will hear. That's my terrible impression of a baby laughing.
Pretty good
hate it.
Hey,
impression.
baby.
Pretty good impression.
We hate it.
Along with. Like something taking joyful leaps, and when it lands, there's a kind of a squelch and a split, because there's like a rattling, soft thumping as though it's carrying many things, many inert things. As this sound gets closer and closer and closer.
Right before I see whatever it is this thing is, I'm going to prepare to cast a force field upon myself. Let it be
How long
known.
does what? All right.
1 minute, so I don't want to shoot it off too early.
All right. And shabong. There it is, briefly before it
Yikes.
falls off. Like, down it goes. It has a carapace. There's a tail with a stinger upon it. It has 2 massive pincing claws. And in each claw, it carries the headless corpses of 4 people, just banging them along by the ankles or otherwise. And stuck, it's got spines. And on each spine is a severed head. And 8 of the heads are fresh, and you were talking to them this morning. And on top of this thing is the smiling head of a baby. I reckon you might want to make a will save. This is horrifying.
This sucks.
For once.
Hey!
14.
Hey!
I really want to go mad.
Oh my God! Everybody made it.
12.
I guess you had a long time in the corpse forest to realize how bad this was going to be. But frankly, I am impressed.
We assumed it had something to do with babies and corpses, so we were like, well, this tracks.
All right, this hideous hideous creature is now going to busy itself scuttling up trees and sticking corpses up there.
As soon as it gets close enough for me to basically jump out and surprise it, I want to get an assassinate on it, basically.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, there's all these trees around, and sooner or later it's going to come to your tree.
I think it is sitting in the nest, though.
I'm also
Right, yeah.
sitting in the nest, yeah.
So it's the perfect plan. Does it see Nitgit? Let me find a dice.
Oh my god, I'm gonna laugh so hard if it just doesn't see Nitgit. It was just
Do
like,
I need a...
I don't
Do I
know.
use
You
stealth?
failed your
No, I already
stealth roll.
failed my stealth.
You failed your stealth roll hours ago. All right. Okay. Its will's a flat 10.
I'll cast Force Field as soon as I get the impression it's seen me.
Yeah. Would you really want to wait that long?
I could shoot it off, right? Is this game got triggered actions, like prepared actions? I can't remember.
It's triggered out if you, but
I can just fire it off when it sees you.
You cast it or you don't.
All right, then by all means, I will cast Force Field.
It rolls. That's a 20, people. Look at that beautiful
Oh,
dice.
lovely.
Designed by our friend Linda Mills. That's a 2 and a 0. Here's me saying it doesn't matter, just roll a 10, I don't care. And then I roll a 20 and suddenly all the rules
You're like,
change.
oh, it's a 20.
So it sees you in its nest.
Good.
It goes, ooh.
That's fine.
Oh.
Yep.
And as it looks at you, as you're casting your force field, Wong, you think it's a baby. Look at the baby.
Oh no.
It's such a cute baby.
Oh fuck.
And even though it's not a goblin baby, it's a baby. So I'm going to give you a boon, as it's basically just trying to mesmerize you. You'll want to protect it, as it is a small, defenseless
charm
baby.
effect?
I was going to ask, are we going to have to remind you for the second session in a row that this is a party full
Oh
of
my
fae,
God!
and we are immune to being charmed?
Yep, I was just about to be like, are you sure about
I just thought I'd just make this shit up, frankly. It's
Yeah.
so, yep, you've got me again. It must be a charm. So, but it is not a conscious charm, weirdly enough.
No.
It's literally going, oh,
Because I'm a baby. Yeah.
and
we're just sitting there going like, that is a
Yeah,
fucking monster.
Yeah, well,
That is
there's
monstrous.
the 10
It
foot and the
sucks.
pincers and the 7 heads on its back.
It sucks.
And this weird little
a
human baby
baby.
head popped on top of it. So thank you, Jackson, and fuck you. You are not charmed.
Very good.
But it has seen
Like, this
you.
sucks.
All right, so I believe it is on.
But it
Because
hasn't
having
seen my force
seen
field.
you. No, it has not seen your force field. And there you are, right in perfect position there, Cricket. Sorry, Damon, I've still got you up this tree. Is that
Yeah,
good?
Damon's still at the tree. I'm going to try and assassinate.
All right, so that's going to have to be slow, because you're just going to have to move to it to shoot.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
so we'll have you on a slow. Okay.
Yep.
Nick,
wanna
you're
try
at,
getting
you're at
assassinate.
ground zero, and you're
Yeah.
actually casting your force field.
That's what
is
I'm
what you're
doing.
doing
I got to do that with my
your
fast
action.
turn. Is that
Yeah.
right? Fantastic. I use my fast turn to cast a force field.
All right. And Damon, what are you doing?
knife? Stab. I'm gonna jump out the tree and try to ram this thing into its.
All right.
into
Jump
its
Excellent
stab.
choice,
human.
sir.
Alrighty, so that's again as slow as you fling yourself out and then drop for a time, and then down because you've got to move.
What's it
alrighty.
doing?
Falling ca-
What's it doing?
Slow or fast?
It is doing fast because it's right there and you're right there, and it's seeing you, and it's perplexed to see this creature in its nest.
Who doesn't seem to love it?
A little bit afraid of you, and stabs you with a claw. Like thus. What is your defense?
Thanks to my new fancy leather armor and my arcane armor, it's... Oh, that's why I never bought armor. Because arcane armor only works when you're not wearing armor.
All right.
You would have known that.
That's hilarious.
Surely.
No, if I can't remember your charm, then F you, buddy.
Yeah, that's true.
Cast your spell and go. Oh, I remember Academia's told me that. Oh.
All right.
Right, so-
Well, in that case, my defense is a mere 12, but I do have my force field.
Okay. Now this is basically baby grabby hands. I want that. Except it has massive pincers. So baby grabby hands are terrifying. So Sean, grabby hand number 1. I've rolled a 1.
Oh.
So it misses you, and then it wants the thing now. It wants the toy.
Hold on.
Give me the
it's
toy.
It's missed me?
Miss you
In
with
that
a 1,
case,
yes.
I will spring away, as is my goblin right.
Oh my god! All right, as you spring away, it cries. As the gore is dripping down on your face, and we're at exactly the start of the session. We always have to get here, otherwise continuity doesn't work. So as you're getting out of this horrible thing with ichor and blood dripping on you, it cries, its joy went away, and then it gets murdered. So I believe Damon, because of the laws of gravity, is gonna hit it first.
Yeah,
Because you're just dropping.
you're just jumping out of a tree.
So it is nighttime, yes?
Yes, it is, absolutely.
Great, so it is in fact obscured by shadow, which is my favourite kind of stabbing.
All right,
So
good.
I leap out of the tree, Assassin Creed style, and then as I plummet towards it, a blade of shadow forms in my hand and I slam down into it. So let us see, and I'm gonna do this with my trickery boon.
That's pretty tricky.
That is cocked. That doesn't matter because... Oh, hang on. 9... plus... What's my target?
18.
Oh.
Fortune.
Fortune!
Hey!
Fortune is the way. All right.
So-
You hit. Surprise!
Yay! So... The dagger does... 1d6.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in darkness, it does an extra d6.
Mm-hmm.
And then for upgraded rogue, 2d6 on a trickery, so 4d6.
Okay.
$13.
Whoa. Very nice.
Let's see if you put it out of its misery there, Cricket. Assassin.
I'm going to, when I see Damon leap from the tree, I'm immediately going to skid out from behind the other one and try and come up from its belly on the other side.
All right.
Attack
Defense is
with my
18.
with my bone. You know what? Fortune.
Missed 2, huh? All right.
18's pretty high, so,
Yeah, it is. 18's pretty high. Come on.
All right.
All
Okay.
right, and then 4d6 plus 1 because I'm using a rapier.
But don't you get your assassinate because it didn't know you were there?
Oh no, yeah, the assassinates. Oh, you have to make a strength saving throw. Yes,
I
strength
do.
roll.
But
It's on
you
my
go ahead and
other
roll your
column.
damage. You go ahead
Sure,
and roll your
because
damage.
it might actually matter.
I don't like where this is going.
Aye.
What was
I
your
just
strength?
didn't want to cut Alex off when
What
she
was your
having the
strength?
sheer joy of rolling 46 plus 1.
What
No,
was
no,
your
I will roll
Oh.
the strength challenge. You just roll your damage on me like me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. It's
Okay, how much?
It's
40.
it's 14 because of the plus 1.
That is freakish. You are such twins. You have rolled the same.
We rolled the same
exactly
damage.
The same amount.
Yeah.
You know, which is 1 off average, but it's 13, which is a cool number. All right.
And it's 14 because I've got the rapier. But also,
Nice.
if the enemy, if it's surprise
Strength
an enemy.
challenge. It was surprised. It did not know it was there. Its strength is 14. It gets plus 4 on this. It only has to get a 10. So I have to roll 6 or better. If I roll 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, you find the vital spot.
Yep. And damage equals health.
And it's an 18. You have not assassinated.
It's
this-
obscured
okay.
behind that tree. We did. Oh, yeah, it's 19.
There it is. It's 18. Okay.
All right. No, Linda has not sought me wrong with the D20. So great attempt, but how do I kill this thing? It's covered in shit and
Yeah.
it's covered in severed heads. They're all looking at me, including the one that you were talking to. Literally, the person that was right up the front of you were saying, you should go away. Bad things will happen. But you. So that's the end of the first round of combat. Next round begins. I got me 2 rogues. I'm going fast.
We will also be going fast.
Fast indeed.
All right.
Fast. Gotta go fast.
There's no rolling of initiative in Shadow of the Demon Lords. Players always go first because monsters are tough. Let's see how you go.
I'd like to have a go.
Yeah.
I've got a brand new spell from level 5 that I'm keen to try out. It's my new teleportation spell. I am going to fuse it to the ground. I'm going to try to teleport it inside a nearby boulder and fuse it with the earth or tree.
Hang on. No, here up. Boulder. Here we go. I got a boulder for it.
Oh, fantastic. Here's one you prepared earlier.
Exactly.
All right.
Biscuit, the one yellow stink eye.
Here it goes. I'm going to make
Alright.
an intellect attack roll, and I'm searching my character sheet for any boons I can pull out of my ass, but I don't think I have any right now.
And what are you attacking on it? Its strength?
I'm attacking its will.
It's will. It's will.
Its
is 10.
will. I feel good about this. Don't feel good that we've all spent all of that fortune. 13. Lucky 13.
Again with the 13. All right, what happens?
It is teleported to an open space on a solid surface within medium range of me. Part of it fusing with the surface. It takes a 66 damage and becomes
smart.
immobilized.
Wow.
Shit, dude.
Presumably, this is the monster that I fused to the boulder, not the baby. That'd be mean.
No, the
Baby
it's got a
is
baby
the
It's the
head,
same
man.
thing.
It's got a baby head.
Oh,
And
that's
as
even
it-
worse.
As it wails, all of the corpses like sway and thump together like a mobile above a crib. And
goodness.
just for a moment it goes, it likes that, but then it goes back to crying because you just put it in a rock.
I put it in rock.
Who's the monster now?
It takes some damage. It takes my under 10 soccer jersey number in damage, which, as we all know, was
17.
17. And
Unbelievable.
it is fused to the boulder. It is immobilized until the boulder is destroyed, or it spends an action to sever its own fused limbs.
I love Shadow of the Demon.
That sounds
Lord.
painful.
Yeah, nice.
Is that going to do me more damage?
It's going to do twice its healing rate, so 1/4 rounded down, then doubled of its health.
Okay, all right.
It'll do.
That's going to hurt.
half its
All
health,
right,
essentially.
so Nitgit, like it's just he hasn't done this before. Like a little sailor suit goblin thing, like does a gesture and throws it into the rock.
Holy shit, dude.
Duck in there.
Oh, did it work? Oh, thank goodness!
I reckon that. I reckon that worked. I reckon that
That's
fucking worked.
teleportation
Holy shit,
magic.
look
I
at
must have warmed up my teleportation with the fetching.
Holy shit.
Nice work.
Stab it.
Well, it's immobilized. I believe that's your specialty.
Stab.
It's a good thing we're all
Okay.
fey and not at all disturbed by this wailing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing
Okay,
that
so
none of
you're-
us have
you're
any
all-
kind of maternal
You're all
instinct.
going fast, so you're
Yeah.
like going and stabbing at nothing.
Yes.
Because Nitgit sent it away.
Oh
before you could have a go.
no!
Think it.
But it is stuck in a rock, and I
now-
did
yeah,
not build
yeah.
this atrocity with any kind of ability to throw stuff. So it's just crying.
Okay.
What is it? Is it not going to sever a limb? Sever
well,
the
can
fused
I
limb?
chuck
No,
a
that was
sling at it?
it tries to, but it hurts, and it
It's a
just cries
baby.
more. It's a hideous monstrosity covered in severed heads. It's got a massive poisoned pincer that I never got to use, and I'm dark about it. Although with a hideous whipping sound, how can it go that far? Must be weird magic. It skewers the goblin that stuck it in the rock.
Oh,
Okay.
All right, rolling a 9. Ooh, do I get some boons on that? Yeah, 2 boons. Okay, that becomes 12. 12, and so that's 16. You are poisoned. You might like to make a strength challenge roll with 3 banes here.
I'm sure we've had this discussion before. Is that the same thing as diseased, or I guess no?
No, it's poison.
It's poison.
Different thing.
I looked it up. Even changelings can get poisoned.
Yeah. What am I doing? Strength with 3 banes?
3 banes.
3 banes?
3 banes.
You only
can't
take
do that.
the highest, yes?
Yeah, but
Yes, exactly.
my highest is a 6, and I've rolled a 4. So that's -4.
All right. So it's
Why are you all laughing?
For 6 points of damage, and all ability to move drains from your body.
Even
You are
though my
completely
force field
paralysed.
has absorbed all of that?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
shit.
Yeah, there you go. For a moment there, you're paralyzed with fright. But if I didn't get through the force field, then I can't administer poison. That is fair, sir. I will pay that. I've done 6 points of damage.
Through
Fantastic.
the force field.
I've got 4 points of force field left.
Amazing.
Oh, what a crap 3d6 roll. Well done. All right, you might want to move 1 foot further back. That was like the extent of its lunge over its sick head. All right.
All right.
It's kind of scorpion-like with this kind of whipper stinger coming over the back. All right, the next turn begins.
Well, I imagine,
Yeah.
could Damon and Cricket not use their fast turn, their single action to move in if they wanted to?
Yeah.
Yes, you could move over there.
If-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's effectively happening. Yeah, you could certainly use your action to close up with it.
Yeah.
All right. It is
Oh, no.
half stuck in this rock. All right. So the next turn begins. You are now in fast range.
Fast
although
stab.
actually, if you don't kill it, it's going to be able to attack you. Sorry. Do you want to close with it or not? It can't actually attack at distance. So sorry. Don't listen to Jackson. You tell me what you want to do.
Yeah. I'll attack it.
Okay. All right. Good answer.
I'll take a slow turn so I can have a step back and then cast a spell.
All right. Nice.
I've got
Okay,
nothing from a distance, so yeah, I'm coming in.
I
Damon?
mean, I have a sling, but I do
Yeah.
a lot more damage with a knife. So
Yep.
All right.
Knife
they
twins.
rush
Knife twins,
forwards
knife
to
twins,
the
knife twins.
rock. It's going to mess one of you up if you don't kill it, but it is thoroughly messed up, like being fused in the rock. That's why it's wailing and shrieking. It's
That is
red
a
in the
19.
face.
19 from me.
How much damage?
Ooh. 6,
Hey, guess what?
6, 7, 8,
No,
9,
no, no,
10,
no, 19.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16.
All right. How much damage did you do there, Damon?
12.
It is so dead. What is the nature of its departure from this plane which it
We
did
both
not
just
choose
stabbed
to
the
be
baby
in?
head.
Just that's it.
What
Cut
do
it
you,
off.
I mean, what do
That's-
you?
that's
What
license.
I kind of, because it's like fused to a rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must admit, I like the idea of like skidding up to the boulder and
Yeah.
then like parkouring into its chest.
Yeah.
Like, because it's squishy in the bottom and just being like, hookah, straight up underneath whatever like the innards
There's
are.
a terrible
Yeah.
gushing of ichor, and you stop the thing crying. This abomination, this
Yeah.
atrocity. This is not it's a hideous mockery, and it's particularly mocking you, Cricket, because of your uncomfortable.
Not a huge fan
beginnings.
around, but just baby's not good. No.
Yeah. All right, but that's it. The thing collapses onto the rock where it is fused forever.
Needle. We're after a needle.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a look across its body and try and find if it's embedded in the thing, because I reckon that's where it is. I reckon that's why it is what it is.
Nest. Have a look in the nest. Nicky.
If you want to
Instead-
go,
No, Nitgit looked in the nest. He knew it was not in the nest.
I'm gonna
Go
look in
to
its
have a look
body.
around the area then.
Okay, where are you looking?
I'm looking in its body. I'm going to do it like...
So you're looking for a needle in...
I'm looking to see whether it's stuck in it.
Massive
Like,
insect.
you know...
So very careful, very agile.
I guess I'll
This will
help with
take
that,
you
yeah.
a while.
I'll help with that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Starting
I'll
on
help
the
with that.
flanks. Any particular part of it you're starting on?
The head.
Wait,
All
Nitgit.
right. You're looking
I'm
around
looking
the
at
baby
its
head.
Nitgit. You want to get that? You want to get that rest and that casting back?
I still have castings of fetch. I'm out of sense magic, but if it's within medium range, I can fetch it.
No, you can't. You can fetch it if you can see it.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you could see it with the sense magic.
Right.
So
Yes,
I know you
well,
said
yes.
you didn't want to waste your recovery on a 0th level spell.
So yes,
but-
I can do that. I will scrape the bottom of my magical barrel and use
Alright.
my spell recovery as an action. I'm going to heal, not that I need it, and get one casting of sense magic back.
It's right in the stinger. It's the very tip of the stinger. Is the needle.
It's taking it
out.
into the stinger.
You going to fetch it?
I am going to sever the stinger from its tail.
And not touch the
then
needle.
Put the whole of it in like a burlap kind of satchel thing. With
You
the-
just here I am, like just about to needle him in the hand from distance.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
spoil
fetch.
all my fun.
and
we're like,
very
no, no,
much
no,
so. I'm going to go. If that's full of poison, I could use that. So we'll
Okay.
spend
You
some
have.
time carefully removing the needle, but I would like, if
Right.
possible, because I am a hunter, if I can extract like poison gland stuff for potential further use. I would like.
I would be churlish not to allow that. So you have some poison, which is strength 14. No, actually, no. It's just a strength challenge roll for the target with 3 banes, and that's 3d6 damage and paralysis.
Oh wow!
Sexy.
Yep.
And how many applications would I have of that? Should I roll for that?
I really want to say 1. I really want to say 1. So, but you could harvest it with your huntery skill, and if you can make an intelligence challenge, you could have 1d3 uses of it
Very good.
if you make your in challenge.
Yep. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, screw you! You can have 1d6. I don't know why I just did. It's too late now. All right, have a go. 1d6. If only you had fortune, you could say, "Oh, my 1d6 roll is a 6."
Look, that's fair.
But here we are.
That's fine.
Okay, roll d6.
3.
All right.
There you go.
Meet you halfway. Well done. Well thought. I hadn't thought of that, or I wouldn't have made it up. Nice one.
Thank you.
All right, I will come to regret that in future episodes. But right now, that horrible crying, even though you will hear it in your nightmares, has ceased. Don't wake the baby.
Should we check in
Back
on
to the farm. I think we
on
should
the
check in on
farmers?
Claude and Jennifer.
I certainly hope we haven't somehow caused
killed their
Jennifer any
fake baby.
stress.
I suspect we've killed their fake baby, mate.
I think, and this is just me, that we, as a group, have done very well fucking off.
Actually, you know what? I think you're right.
I have a suggestion, a humble suggestion, and perhaps I'm speaking out of turn and don't really know what
Just
I'm
get
dealing
it.
with.
Spit it out, Nitgit. Just
Well,
come on.
if she was so keen for a baby, and if we have indeed taken one from her, would it be too much to ask your mum, dad for a loner?
Nope, you don't want that.
But that's what you do, isn't it?
No. It doesn't work like that. You see, there has to be a baby to be taken. We're not a gift. We're a trade.
They could have this one. I mean, it's fascinating, isn't it?
This one fucking sucks.
It's
I'm gonna be honest with you. This baby sucks.
It's fascinating, though,
what?
isn't it?
You know what?
I mean, scientific.
It couldn't hurt to ask.
We're doing all of this, fetching and
Okay,
gallivanting
all right,
about.
all right.
It's a give and take relationship with one's parent, I would hope.
Well,
That is a story for next episode.
Oh.
As on brand, you save everyone and fuck off.
I mean, we're not
I
heroes,
really like
so
that.
going back to see like, oh, are you okay? No,
Yeah.
we murder a thing and then we're like, nah.
No,
time to go. We think
Problem
we've solved the problem.
solved.
We're
We're
out of
left.
here.
That's it.
And also, like, what if they blame us for taking their baby? So I'm out.
Quick question. I know
Hi.
I'm going to assume the answer is no. But on the off chance, I am going to go through every pocket to see if there's any copper.
Oh yeah. Does the baby have any? Oh
No,
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 the
no,
trees,
the
the headless
people.
corpses in
The
the
people
tree.
in
Oh,
the
the
tree,
people.
everyone, I'm like,
Grave robbing.
does anyone
No.
got anything on them?
No, they don't. They're
They were
destitute.
starving.
They were
destitute.
destitute.
They're
Yeah.
starving and they couldn't afford food. So they were just
Damon
trying to
does it anyway because that is just the person.
Oh,
he
that
is.
means you are. Look, Damon, if you want to climb the trees to rifle through the corpses of 40 headless bodies, that's a paddling and a corruption.
It's a bad one.
Seriously. Now, cricket can talk you down, but that's a bit on the wrong side of not right.
It's pretty bad, mate.
What?
Look, we're already fucking loaded. Let's just get out of here before anyone comes looking.
Sorry, old habits and all that. All right, come on.
If we find any barrows, like actual graves, it's called grave robbing, not torture murder robbing.
All right. Jesus, I'm not used to having
And
this much money.
off you go.
Off we go.
Nattering
Let
away.
us just describe what we see as you walk away in the night up the road. Describe how you all leave.
I think we're nattering. I think Cricket and Damon are nattering over the top of Nitgit's head. So,
I like the new armor. Looks like it fits you nicely.
oh yeah, well actually, wait, yeah.
And that
Nitgit,
rapier.
what happened with you in the armor? I don't.
Oh yeah, Nitgit, you.
It looked like
That'll
it
work.
hit you real hard.
Yes, no, it does kind of interfere with my arcane armor as such. Not that I'm not grateful, of course.
Whoa. You think it's
So long as
the
it doesn't
nattering and the
interfere-
arguing?
So long as it doesn't interfere with your cooking. A scene.
Yeah.
Yay!
Do we
All
throw
right,
like our heads
next.
and laugh and have a freeze frame?
For sure. Too many
Sure.
cooks.
For sure.
That's the end of level 5, which means you're halfway to the end of the world.
What
Oh,
time?
shit. Which we
Shadow
may
of
or
the
may
Demon
not
Lord
be
is 10
causing.
levels.
It's not slowing
Sixth
down,
level, Sixth level is an expert path buff.
Nice.
7th level
Yeah.
is master path.
Master.
I'm so excited because I know
So
what
you
I'm
need to
thinking.
be
Yeah.
you need to be researching one of them dozens,
Nice.
freaking dozens of options that Schwalb has
so
laid out
excited.
to you.
I have had my master path picked since we started.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have not.
Nice.
Yeah,
I know
I'm
exactly
excited.
what I'm going for.
2 more
I have
sessions.
no idea. There's so many.
So thank you all. That is our tale. Don't wake the baby.
What a time.
Baby.
That
baby
was.
sucks.
That was an excellent game.
Gonna be
Shadow of
real.
the Demon Lord.
Hate that baby.
Shadow of the Demon Lord, of course, by Rob J. Schwalb and published by Schwalb Entertainment. Everyone's gone quiet, so I guess that's me to launch to the credit spiel. What a time we had. We are Campaign Coins. That was the Campaign Coins channel. We are on youtube.com/campaigncoins to catch up on previous episodes, and we are at campaigncoins.com where you'll find all sorts of nonsense, including metal coins and tokens that we use to enhance our role-playing experience. Speaking of enhanced role-playing experiences, what excellent sound and music by Sirenscape and additional music from Songs of Shadow, published by Schwalb Entertainment by Sonor Village. That is everything for now. We'll be back, of course, at the same time, first Sunday of the month, to play Shadow of the Demon Lord. And in the meantime, keep your eyes peeled for a new game starting up, Beowulf Age of Heroes Season 3. I've already had a go. Alex has had a go, so it's only fair that the next hero to sail the whale road will be our good friend Art, playing the role of the Wolf Child. Do we have a start date for that? I realised I should have asked earlier, or just coming soon, TM?
Coming soon, TM.
Coming
Won't
soon,
put
TM.
anybody on the spot. But yes, does the Wolf Child sail or does the Wolf Child just walk out of the woods? You don't have followers, you just have wolves. Very different hero.
Are
Can't
wolves
wait.
very able sailors? Perhaps not.
Dog battle.
I want to see some wolves pilot a boat through the Northern Sea. That would delight me.
All right. You may be waiting.
In the meantime, we'll see you then.
Wolves
Good
in the
night.
sea.
Cheerio, one and all. What a time.
Thank
Bye.
you.